Father, for the ellipsis, for the tribulation, for the hard times, the difficult times that help us bring us closer to Shiloh, to the only begotten Son, born of Bethlehem from the house of David, the Lion from the tribe of Judah. Thank you, Father, for that, knowing that this is not in vain, it's not worthless. You create and write all things, so nothing happening here that you have not already written. So I'm going to push this continual march forward. Here we go, one day at a time, right? So thank you for the strength to get up out of this, get up and stand up on this rock again. And faith like Daniel, I know you will prevail. It doesn't matter. I have the law on my side. I just have to be patient and continue that endure to the end. You said to be saved. So I will get my son exonerated of all his charges. I have all the proof, and in 98.5% of cases, they just ramrodded through somebody. So I don't blame my son for doing what I'm hoping he's enjoying his life. I'd hate to have to look over my shoulder like that, but he's not guilty, and I know that, and they just don't want to. So this will be already filed for a change of venue on the case of the state of Oregon versus capital T, but that's not me. So they had to vacate the trial. I'm not in all capital letters. My name is not in all capital letters. Narrow is the way, brothers, sisters, that leads to the straight gate. Broad is the way that leads to hell. So I'm not a Broadway name. I don't have a name. That's a merchant number credit to your birth. It's a certified, it's credit. They take it from people at birth by capital letter commerce. So my name is capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. I'm always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce. So they can't convict me under crimes of commerce, because all crimes are crimes of commerce under the revised statute, what are not part of the original Title 18 and not in a Article 3 judicial court. So they can't do anything to me. I will file the same thing, which is called habeas corpus, on my son's behalf. So it will go to the Supreme Court, change of venue. These people that are involved in this case better start figuring out what they're going to do once I've proven Elijah's already done these hours and all these extra hours that they were made him become an indentured servant. God doesn't like that. Not in that fashion, not forced upon him. He put his nose down and he did. No, I have the proof. So instead of preparing the state of Oregon, those stupid cops sucking pig state troopers and Lake County pig thugs, this thug commerce clan of clowns with fake badges with no authority, they wrecked this ministry and this property. So they'll have already put the courts 4 times in open court on notice of liability. So these people better pull their head out of their ass and stop thinking that they're not. This case, my case is vacated. There will be no case of capital letter Tracy Broadway. That's not going to happen, and they know that. Already subrogated all that merchant bond money and locked it up, so they can't do anything with that. The motion for file attorney is already said it in an open court, so it doesn't matter. He said all those are on record. The clerk, whatever that was, he's not a judge, not operating in an Article 3 court. He has no judicial capacity, and all these crimes of commerce statute. I'm not a statute. I'm alive. I'm a living man. A corp. I'm always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce. So you have to know the law. You have to assert it to be able to know your rights or lose your rights. So most people don't, and they lose them, and they go with their crimes of commerce, and they let them get put them in a cage, in a mate cage, so they can get full of semen samples. And it's merchant law. It's contract from birth. It's an old contract to the queen. It was written on paper, and it was a trust, and they haven't honored it. So the subrogation allows me to, under the law, lock that money. And if I do the calculation of the Treasument 1983 Tampa Bay there's already law legislated in this case. I will return Elijah's life back to him at 17 months, where he's going to get his, and so is his wife. I'm tired of this clown state pig thug. 25 men could have looked into all the evidence discovery, and I keep continuing to create federal Supreme Court. You can't suppress evidence. This is all evidence so that it be brought in discovery into a federal court. These people mess with the wrong man, and they keep fucking with my son, and now I'm done, and I'm not, no violence. I'm bringing my constitutional rights. I have been bringing it. All it has to do is, and so they're just chicken shit, and they rotting people so that somebody has to drop the soap, and then they get a bar again. Don't pick up the bar of soap. Oh, yep, there comes Big Bob. Cock meat sandwich. So my son has affirmative defense, and so do I, to protect him from illegal prosecution and self-defense. A definition of affirmative defense is self-defense. It's another criminal. Criminal is actually a commerce name, but we'll use anything under statute, revised statute, is not constitutional. So I know I used to be a pig thug myself. So pigs, people in government, 40% of the population of America are pigs, people in government. So he said, don't cast your pearls before swine. That pig is the neuter gender beast it system that speaks about in scripture. I know, I'm a pastor. I pastor here at High Desert Faith and Truth. I rebuke every religion that walks this rock. They're all like he said. He don't dwell in houses twice. He always declares 2 witnesses and hands, bricks, blocks, mortar, 2x4, 6, 8, rafter. No, he don't dwell. Your body's a temple. Okay, I read it. I teach it in Greek. Oligos can even speak. That's a puny number, just like he said in his bride. Oligos, fear not. Oligos, all about Shiloh. So thank you, Father, for patience, because you said agape is patient. I have to understand your timing is everything, and it's not mine, and I don't live by that time anyways. Time is irrelevant. I'm eternal. So what are you doing after this flesh? It's called afterlife insurance. Not for your kids, not for anybody else, for you. He calls it extra oil. Trim your lamps, be burning bright. Don't hide that light in a basket. Put it at the top of the house. Your body's a temple. So what are you doing? Well, if you don't, he says, do you read it? Is it written on your heart? Can you speak it without having the book in front of you? Most people have a playlist of about 300 songs, and they can't even quote a couple passages in scripture. It's pretty sad, but that's all right. Most people go to hell. It's in the book of Matthew. I'm not here to try to change a goat into a sheep. He said the elect, his bride, 144,000. That's all flesh, not just Jews, but Jews and Gentiles. It's simple math, but these people, they're religious idiots. I rebuke 99% of these worldly religious idiots. And that's about, well, like it says, broad is the way that leads to the wide gate, which leads to abyss. And that's hell. So most people go to hell. There you go. It's in Matthew. Look it up. Oligos, he said, fear not, Oligos, your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. Heaven is not above your head. When God in Genesis created heaven and earth, that's not above your head or below your feet. Are you keeping up? You're writing anything down? These people ain't going to keep up. I have so much evidence to crush the state of Oregon. I won't sue them, though. I'll sue all these 25 SWAT officers, idiot pigs. Couldn't even take the time to look up one phone call discovery is what I got against you, state of Oregon. Lake County pigs. I'm taking all of you, putting you under the authority of the jurisdiction that you don't have under mine. Ted Martin, you're my bitch. Say my name, Ted Martin. District attorney, you're my bitch. You ain't no district attorney. You're the chief of finance. You are. Say my name again. Say my name. Just don't say it. You almost turn eggplant purple, dude. Have some control. And you, Michael Taylor, elected sheriff, a nutcase, huh? Just because you don't want to face all the criminality going on in your probation and parole department within your North Lake and South Lake. I don't know. I'm not down there. I'm up here in the bastard child that you don't give a shit about. Remember, if somebody has anything wrong with them, right? They're not worth. They don't get the, constitutional right to have the protection of the Constitution. Oh, we'll just throw them into the fucking trash, huh? Michael Taylor, you'll be out in January, but all my continual pursuit to see behind bars will not stop because you're a criminal, and I have proof that you put this here, Lake County, in jeopardy. The safety. I called you out multiple times in a public forum. I even called you to my house for 4 years. You never once showed up, never once gave me a call. Instead, you said I'm a nutcase, an absolute nutcase. Huh? We'll see about that after 42 years of serving as a pig. You'd think you'd be as a leader. I'm a veteran. I've been a pig myself. You might not comment. Might come, well, corruption, I'll look into that. No, nothing. Just an absolute nutcase. Huh? We'll see about that, Michael Taylor. Maybe I'll come visit you in prison. Well, I don't want you to lose your whole thing. I hope when you get out, you'll flip burgers or something. I will kind of condemn you. Father will do that, but you will be behind. Watch out for Big Bob. There's double stuffed Oreos in that place. You want to do it to me? You want to do it to my son? You won't even make one phone call in 4 years to come to my house? And you would never call me once about the corruption and the rapists that ran around in Lake County, North Lake County, untracked, untraced. No, Lily Frank knew about. So Lily Frank, they should have 25 people at least in the first portion of my son's case, which is my case. Oh, what's up, buddy? My dogs come first. I ate 4 or 5 tear gas canisters for puppies. Call me a violent man. Fuck off, state of Oregon. I will take the bonds of every one of those 25 SWAT officers that came to this house and never came and looked to see if I had made a call to Lake County, right? Probation, called John before. That phone call wouldn't exist. Why did I make that phone call? Why did I call Elijah at 17 months after he already left? Said, hey, you can get off early, man. Remember you did all that here, John? Okay, well, I called John, remember before, so get a hold of Ryan Solberg. How come Ryan Solberg, all these 25 with all this? Instead, they dropped drones, huh? Drones? There were drones over my house before there were drones over the sky, just so you know. I mean, they're always up there, but this motherfucking state of Oregon, piece of shit, cop pig sucking, brought drones over my house and wasted this county's or state's money. I put a notice of liability in state of Oregon. Bring your motherfucking case against me. And what you got? You ain't got no case. You got this county. Go ahead, do whatever you got. I'm gonna beat this case. I'm gonna knock this out of the because I got faith like Daniel. You ramrod 98.5% of people to pick up the bar and take a plea bargain. That's merchant. I know I'm not part of this. Remember, I'm not all capital letters. I got the district attorney, my bitch, the chief of finance, yelling my name so loud that he goes from red to marble box red, double red, then into a shade of burgundy to eggplant. Say it again, bitch. That's my dog, Ted Martin, teddy bear. Guy had so many chances to call me too. He's a chief of finance. He's not operating in his capacity. Here is his clerk Vandenberg, who I've already, challenged jurisdictional capacity in open court. These people are idiots. They're fucking with the wrong dude. I apologize for my cursing. It will stop. So you can go find me for 1,000 hours, never curse once. I'm a pastor, but I've had enough. They've stolen my fucking son from me. And I don't love my son more than, remember the thief on the cross, Elijah. Okay, Dad. Coming out. What about 180 hours? Why are you here? Why are you taking me? You fucking shot my son, you piece of shit. Why? He came out without any resistance. Motherfucking shot all the windows out of my motorhome. Fucking thing's ruined. You shot all the windows out of my fucking house. You didn't even look and see if I called John Kliego at 5 months, if I called Lake County probation. You never looked in any of the things that I said for 2.5 weeks. I out here after I accosted, my son and I self have what is called excuse defense from civil and criminal law. You're fucking with the wrong guy. Father is in my heart. Shiloh is in my heart. And I'm sure with the cursing, if that's the last thing, I also have release. I'm not under your law. I'm not. Shiloh is my mediator. Shiloh is my attorney. Shiloh will be my judge, not hopefully Father, because if that's the case and I rip my Hamashiach down from a tree because I do it to myself and let someone myself steal my crown, Shiloh, I'll stand before the Father, where that judgment is the wage of sin is death. This is what all these people, because he said, if you hurt one hair on my children's head, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea. So good luck with these men in these black robes and magistrates, and they'll throw you in front of their synagogues. Yeah, all this is in, remember? Luke 12 and 11. Say this every time before I go to court, because they ain't provided me any counsel. Shiloh is my counsel. He's my mediator. So Monday I'm going to be whatever, tell him, fuck you with your stupid OPBB, whatever your dumbass program. Took you 6 months to provide me. That's a Miranda right violation. To adequate counsel, a violation automatic. You delay a speedy trial by 1 second. That's called a violation of my Sixth Amendment. How long you been doing? They took you 6 fucking months to get me an attorney. This one quits. And then this dumbass in open court during a hearing trying to ask to be, oh, he asked me to fire him. You can't fire somebody you hire, right? Oh, you can. You can't fire counsel, you dumbass Phil Studenberg. You are illegitimate. I already called the bar about Phil Failure Studenberg and Dan Failure to realize you can't co-counsel in a case, dual defendant. Each defendant has to have a different attorney, and Dan Spencer knows from then one that he represented me and my son. He realized he fucked up in open court. He's, oh, I'm not representing him. I'm representing the Constitution. And he made this big spiel because he realized that, oh shit, I'm not somebody who's going to fucking run through. Oh shit, that's this guy. Well, they get thrown on my part. Well, Mark Costello didn't have any more cases. Dumbass Dan Spencer, illegitimate. No wonder my son fucking ran. You ain't no attorney. You didn't provide the 25 fucking witnesses from his 108 hours and all the discovery of all the calls. Yeah, how about how many times did it say in Discovery YouTube? It says, Mr. Werner often live streams from his Predestined for Light, now High Desert Faith and Truth ministries, and law enforcement is, fuck you pigs, watching. People in government. I have a constitutional right. It's my freedom of speech. I apologize for the cursing. Pluck a Yubo, okay? Maybe cut off your finger and you won't be able to pluck the Yubo anymore. Pluck you. Or anyway, give you the bird. So laugh at you because you can't pull the string back on the Yubo. So pluck you. All right, anyways. Thank you, Father, for some kind of, it's your timing. I'm going to continue, Father Shiloh, because I've not broken any law under justification defense, under my constitutional right. I know them. People lose these rights, brothers and sisters, because they don't assert them. They forget them. They've put up a bunch of revised statutes which aren't constitutional and not operated under a third article court, which has jurisdiction. So it's just a big fake, and you've fallen for it since birth, and they consider you a child. They've taken, they sell you this on the stock exchange. The central banksters, you know, the ones at the top, like there's no such thing as a Federal Reserve. That's not federal. That's as federal as Federal Express. That's the banksters. That's Morgan, JP Chase, when they already the system already collapsed in the 1700s, you know, and prior to that, Morgan and his big buddies, Rockefeller, Rothschild, they all remember all the meat and Jekyll. I got you, motherfuckers. You ain't shit. I took all your money, didn't you? You're pissed off. What's Bob say? The sheriff's a Klansman, the judge is a Mason. So you, George Washington, Mason, 33-degree Mason. So we're not supposed to go outside our borders for the sisters. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't. They came here to kill me. They thought they could get in here and get me out here with a gun. Go watch the live stream. They thought they could avoid. Remember I said, stop looking at me, you filthy pig. I'm talking to your superior pigs. I'm talking to your camera there. Stop looking at me, pig. I'm talking to the pigs. Take this back to your superior pigs and tell them, I ain't no Lavoy Finicum. You thought you can bring you thug pig gangsters into blessings to Lavoy Finicum, cross the Rubicon for this country. Some of us will, brothers, sisters. Some of us won't. Only gas is a puny number. Most will go down as a silent majority in history, not assert their first constitutional amendment rights, will not use their Second Amendment rights to film these pig thugs and everything. Those no right to privacy in public. They have to create their own privacy. You have to create your own privacy. Some pig thug in some pig car that you pay for, if he leaves his laptop with your information on it, you're always, there's no expectation of privacy. These pig thugs are just commerce cops, not even, they're operating in what is called revised statute. All crimes are under the corporation called America are crimes of commerce. The sooner you figure it out, there's no judicial capacity. Do you smell pigs? I smell pigs. They're all over. People in government, you must smell it because almost, more than 40% of our population are pigs, people in government. I'm not just talking about the uniform clown thugs, thin blue line, all wear the same color, heavily armed, go around and harass and extort the general public. I used to be a pig myself. I went through the Highway Patrol Academy, did all my at-scene traffic investigation there, did all that. I'm a reconstructionist, so you just go back to the basics, man. Stop. All these revised statutes are not even constitutional. Anything under the revised statute or sub-statute that's code. Code is for commerce, and I'm not commerce. My name is capital T, small a. Oh, I left the R out, didn't I? How did I spell my name wrong? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I go a little too fast. Slow down. It's a SWAT term. Slow and direct a threat, bitch. Yeah, I have training, but I never hurt nobody, did I? I said, I'm going to use I said I will fight to the death to keep my son from going to jail with this same fucking mouth that you don't seem to like when I'm sitting there in your pig faces telling you you're pigs and you can't do nothing about it because I ain't breaking any constitutional right to tell you're a commerce pig thug, all wearing the same thin blue line, heavily armed and going around and harassing people's Venmo and credit card and bank account and credit union. Yeah, stealing from them and then throwing them in a rape cage and making them pay and then sending that same money over. They just fucking sent another $20 billion to fucking Ukraine, brothers and sisters, and I can't even get a goddamn fucking attorney. That God is not his name, and damn, taking the Lord's name means Shem. It means all 66 books, not just 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, grow up. Shem is authority. Shem is my Agape. Shem is my Shem. Shiloh is my Shem. Shiloh is my love. He is my love. So yeah, I say it constantly on here. See, are you walking revelation? Are you walking testament of this new covenant that he made with the 144,000? Those they will give the wings of an angel, and they'll flee to the wilderness. Wings, huh? Wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. What about all those drones? These motherfuckers flew drones over my house. No, seriously, it's part of their SWAT, special weapons and tactics with Mr. Say my name, bitch. Ted Martin, little teddy bear, down here screaming my name in the Lake County, courthouse, but not in capital letters because I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. So Ted knows that, and he's pissed. Dan Spencer knows that he's fucked because he represented me and my son. That's inadequate counsel right there. My son is not doing anything illegal, although I cannot believe that it was going one way, and I didn't know. How was I to know? I'm not going to break this bogus, criminal conspiracy, no contact. I've been telling them from day fucking one in court, drop this no contact order. You have no case. Sam Birch, you're going to have to look through all this discovery because you're the main point from the SWAT team I've watched. You said you were watching this continually when you came on. So you're culpable, criminally liable for all you could have made the phone call to see. You could have brought up discovery evidence to see this motherfucker's nuts. Because remember, I talked to you. You said you Mirandized me, which you didn't. I said that in open court to Teddy Bear, Martin, my bitch dog. Say my name if you're watching out loud in your trial there, whatever, Teddy Bear. I gave you how many chances too? How many times did I call you? 50, 60, and never one call back, just like the elected sheriff never called. Nobody will call. It's okay. Father's time. He said, love is patient. My Shem, my love, shallow. Told you he's my love. It is patient. He said, this is love. It is patient. Be patient with Father. It is kind. Be kind. Yeah, put the word of God in. Fuck you, you pigs. You're in the broad way. You're fucking just filthy swine. Come to the narrow way, but I ain't doing it. Don't worry. I can't turn a pig into a goat into a sheep. Okay. So, but you're enforcing commerce crimes of commerce, not under the original Title 18 statute. There's no jurisdiction. You don't have any jurisdiction. You're just a flashlight cop. But you are, whatever. You have a gun and you kill people all the time for crimes of commerce. Sickening pigs. Filthy, disgusting swine with badges, clown suits. Turn in your badges. You're just actors. You have no authority. You're acting in commerce. All crimes in the corporation America are crimes of commerce, brothers, sisters. There's no judges. There's only one judicial court. Circuit. It is called it's an Article 3 court, and it operates under Title 18, not sub-statute. That's code. That's for commerce. So this is how it works. But the whole nation has been fooled. Well, remember, since back in the 1700s when J.P. Chase took over Jekyll Island, they made up this Federal Reserve. So give a man a gun, he'll rob a bank. Give a man a bank, and he'll rob the world. This is how it happens. But here, look, we are in 2000 something. It's gone this far. Yeah. They got in the way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Your children, you let them take your Broadway. You have all capital letters, and it's on your birth certificate, and they sell that on the stock exchange. It's what is called you're just maybe you can relate to movies. They made a movie about you, and it's about you. It is you. You're a straw. Remember the Scarecrow? He said, "If I only had a brain," right? That's you. That's the movie they made just about you, Wizard of Oz. People relate to television, visual and verbal voodoo programs and channeling. So let me see if I can relate. Hados, being the same narrow way. He said, I am the Hados. I am the Aletheia, the truth and the original, the way, the truth, and the light. So I'm trying to help you. I can't take. God said, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So nobody's coming to God because they're doing it. God chooses it. He brought the bride that will be called out when all of us die and are at the seventh trump, a cosmos, an orderly arrangement of sounds, horns, trumpets shall sound, shofar, the final, then the dead are raised, not out of the sky. Nobody's in the sky. God's not in the sky. But that's what everybody on television thinks. Star Trek and MAGA. Oh, I mean, Nanu, Shazbot. That's the high priest of the Satan church. MAGA is high priest of the Satan church, but people love it. Mr. Thump, final shofar, and decorates his house with the transgender Satan god, the Baphomet god, and a 58-story. Baphomet god had 58 towers and stories, and so does Thump with his chump, Donald Trump, and with his. You're going to declare another emergency, too. That's pretty funny. Flying motherfucking drones over my house. That's who's responsible in Musk. All this shit. I'm a veteran. You wouldn't flash motherfucking lights over people. That's dumb. All this shit. It's just idiocracy, but it's part of this age of the air. And I told you they'll gaslight you with signs, boats and hoes. I mean, drones and boats and drones. Fuck you, pigs. They're always watching. Remember, I just said earlier here, High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries often live streams, and the pigs are always watching. Wait till I get this case into a court, federal court. 17 months. You better start planning, all you pigs on my list, people in government. Anybody that was on this list originally, my discovery and can't suppress any of my evidence. You can't. I will call to witness. It's my Sixth Amendment. I have this right in my favor to call all witnesses. So I hope you're ready to pay double out a just measure, twice the judgments for Babylon, you Babylonites, or whatever you are. You're not this, you're a corporation. And it says anybody who partakes and drinks of this, fornicates with this nation, brothers, sisters, this pig. So it's a lot of arms like octopus, UN. Why do you have a case against you for what? Why is always everybody worried about what the fuck they're breaking they don't have any jurisdiction. All crimes in America don't matter. All crimes are crimes of commerce. Who gives a fuck what they're charging me with? It's all illegal. Unless it's operating under Title 18 criminal charges against you in a third article court, not sub-statute, it's all illegal. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, like you care about my charges. Just making an example out of people like you. Stand the fuck up and do something in your own town. Somebody's getting, what are you going to take this and be inspired and go? You should already be doing it by now. If you don't see it coming, I live 99% of the world thinks it's 2024 and it's not 2024. You're fucking idiots. Shut the fuck up with your twisted fucking moronic orgy calendar worship. You're not supposed to celebrate anything, you dumbasses. You're dumb. It isn't. No, it's not like it's the 1800s where it take you a near fucking day walking on foot to hear somebody like me give you meat, not watered down milk. Give you true gospel all day, and you didn't even hear the real word. You didn't even hear the real word back there. He gave me some watered down New International Version, some other bullshit. That's watered down. That's not reality. I give you meat. So I don't want to hear your shit. It'd take a near, maybe you could beat that all walk day. You might only saw him, that pastor or teacher or deacon or whatever they want to call themselves, fake, to give you alatia, hodos, the narrow way to the truth. And so you can not be defiled, the original, the light, salvation, teach you how to take up your call, all these things. They didn't teach anybody this. They gave them some watered down, how Jesus loves everybody bullshit. So you have the va at your hands, and you've always had it. You didn't need to, if you'll just use a lexicon, find the aletheia, the truth by definition. He said, I am the hadosh. You have to narrow off translation to find the aletheia, which is the truth, to find the undefiled orizo, because light cannot be defiled. He is, I am. He is pure light, not flesh. He sent his son to fulfill that. Celebrations, rituals, traditions, and all flesh, not just Jews, but Jews and Gentiles. Proof, see, 144,000. Told you. It will set you, what? There's no such thing as freedom, brothers and sisters. There's no such thing as free will. It was always about rights. This nation was founded, the Mayflower sign, because they didn't want to worship this orgy Jesus, this celebration and all these things of this Yule wheel Saturnalia. But people are idiots. 2024 bullshit that you think is okay. It's not. It's 5785. Stop being a fucking child and grow up. There's 13 months in the calendar, 12 months in it. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Okay, anyways, back to the lesson here. There's unconstitutional law under criminal statute, revised statute. That's not constitutional. So I know my rights. And fortunately, if Father said, one nation under God, there's a constitution, there was a Declaration of Independence. And under that Declaration of Independence is the duty, not only the right of the people, but the duty. If this government, they just sent $20 motherfucking billion to Ukraine. We got dying people in the streets of America. So fuck you if you support this pig. It's 5785 scam, okay? 13 apostles. You guys are just under some spell. All of you, and that's fine. I'm not going to try to change you. God does that. If I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, even Shiloh, see? He sent Shiloh. And so that's our mediator for those that he already bought and paid for. And if we can blot ourselves out, that's the Greek word porneia. It's people make it a religion. He came and he wrote the letter to the 7 churches. It was the church who hung and killed Christ, the Hamashiach, the Messiah, the anointed. These people are idiots. And you're going to hang out, and this is all vanity. It's all worthless. It's all just to them. It's a big facade, and it is to everybody. So I can't change the world. I can't do that. That's not for me to do. Father writes all things and creates all things. I can create anything. So it's just truth. And this is not me. I'm just giving you aletheia. I'm just a vessel. My life ended a long time ago as far as this flesh. What's inside of me is he as I am. Shiloh inside and walks and reigns as a testament of faith, like Daniel. And so the words aren't my own. I'm just, because I still have to be here, my body is a temple. I'm hoping that my last words are words out of that book and not anything of this dirt, if you will. You will is your self will, not his will. And that is the word agape or Shem. He's my Shem. He's my love. I told you that. I don't care what the word nice. I'm not trying to be nice. It means to be stupid. So I'm not trying to be nice. I'm here to assert my constitutional rights. And if they throw me in prison, they threw Christ in prison for standing up against the law. So people are idiots. He said, follow after me in Matthew. Deny yourself daily. Porneia, idolatria. Latria is to serve. It was our eyes, the things that we see, these idols, little things of the dirt and statutes and imagery. Idolatry, and your taking of your crown is going to be you. You are your biggest enemy. I guarantee I am my own worst enemy. So it's because I want to do the things to the dirt. Oh, well, scam, you need to understand the word believe isn't how you're using it. There's no such thing as believe like you're putting it. You might want to go see Jim Brown. He's my teacher The channel was created because he put the word on me. Like, love thy neighbor, like thy love thy enemy, like thy love thyself. That doesn't mean bake them hot cross top fucking buns and go visit your enemy and give them cookies and shit. That's not what that means. That means put the narrow way on them. If they're in the broad way, show them that, where it's in that book, and show them to the light. Don't hide that light in a basket, put it at the top of your house and let it shine. So don't worry about being nice. That's not, see, people twist everything. So the word believe, you can't believe, like people say John 3:16, that they believe and you'll be saved, right? Saved, salvation. He was died on the cross, he wasn't hung on a cross. People are idiots. They don't even understand. He didn't carry a cross. They're just blasphemous. They don't study anything. So every word counts. That's why he said, the very last thing he said, Scab, is that if you add even one period, I'll give you a more modern day version. It says jot or tittle, or like a yod or a letter or word. I will blot your name out of that book. You would be, and then if you went out and told somebody about something you'd be teaching somebody, because you're telling them about that book, which means you're a teacher, which is the word prophet. And he warns of the false prophets. There's no such thing as modern day prophecy, like he predicted no stone, the prophecy of no stone left upon another. He was saying that his temple, that temple would be destroyed. Remember, the army surrounded after not going into the wilderness and scouting out the Anunnaki, not fallen angels, not aliens. God didn't create no aliens. We're not on a planet. Heaven's not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. They were giants. David slayed Goliath was a giant. So remember, and then that fell in after it split the northern tribes, from the two southern, Jeremiah and Judah. Those tribes, it's come to transgender Jesus worship, Baphomet, Baal worship, and self. The same thing I'm telling you now. Making one jot away from the original aletheia is Satan, the adversary. You either with Christ 100%, because 99 truths and a lie is not Christ, and 99 lies and a truth is not Christ. He is orizo, light. He can't be defiled. Christ in you, brothers and sisters. Remember, Paul said, I have this outer man. He was a mass murderer of Christians, remember? And he was a Pharisee, he was with the church, Catholicism. These people, Christianity, orgy, sex, eat my crackers and grape juice ritual is eating the flesh of men. Cannibalism, that's what Catholicism is, cannibalism. And crackers and Catholicism is crackers and grape juice. Drink my blood, vampism and cannibalism. That's why Christopher Columbus came to America, you fucking idiots. And I can find George Washington with a tree in the White House. She was banned. It's an orgy. Christmas is an orgy. That's why Trump decorates his house with the orgy god. He loves that. Remember, he's an island boy. He's an EpiPen island boy. He went to the island. His phone was pinged from his tower, Nimrod Tower. Oh, it's not Nimrod. It's Thump, 58 stories. Well, they were both 58 stories. One was in Manhattan, one was in Babylon, but they're both decorated with the orgy transgender Baphomet, where they had an orgy a week before the birth of their baby manger orgy. It's a stick up. Let me see your Decimai Jesus. They're transgender Jesus. Baphomet, Baal in the grove. Remember, Baal is not Jezebel. When Ahab married Jezebel, that wasn't about aliens. Grow the fuck up. There's no such thing as aliens, no such thing as what you call space. There's a firmament. The heavens aren't above your head. But see, people watch too much Star Trek. They mix the giants with fallen angels. The fuck is that? Some kind of twisted, perverted, well, the Hebrew word is to twist, change, or pervert. You've perverted what the book said. That's Ahab married Jezebel. She worshipped this Baphomet that Trump has his house decorated with. Apollyon, the one in February after the sun birthed God in the middle of the winter. The fucking God Christ was not born in the middle of the winter, you idiots. The shepherds were in the field with the sheep at the time of his birth. You are fucking twisted. It's not 2024. What the hell you mean there's 12 months in a calendar? I'll tell you what, you've been played like two decks in a card, like Giannis, the two-faced Joker. Say one thing, do something else. Yeah, that's him, Mr. Trump. Remember his fake national emergency? Yeah, it was fake. You 100% got wait a second. It was the novel, which means that it was not organic. It actually was man-made in a laboratory, and it had the SARS, and then this little island boy troll buddy, the number one paid pig person in government, Fauci, back from virus from autoimmune deficiency. A virus is not alive. World, you You believe whatever man tells you. Look it up. Is a virus? I've studied autoimmunity. I'm a first responder, prior pig thug. I'll put your fucking guts back in your body until the wagon, hopefully not the, coroner, but the one with the lights on it shows up and haul you back to the guy with the snakes up the pole. The MD's good for sewing you back up, putting you. I wouldn't trust a doctor as far as I could throw a doctor. They know autoimmunity. You're in the infantry, I rebuke you, you filthy fucking pig, swine. You are the worst thing to ever walk this earth, just like me. Come out of her. Stop it right now. God said, let vengeance be mine. And now posse comitatus in America means those guns that were not supposed to be pointed at you. Guess what, you stupid fucks in America? The Senate already repealed this, and the guns are pointed at you now. You dumbasses, let them roll this Trojan horse. All these vendors, there's dying motherfuckers dying in the streets of my country. And they just sent another $20 billion to Ukraine. Fuck you and everybody who supports this system. And the military, American industrial. Roger Waters called it the war machine. Bases in 180 countries. You're fucking filthy. God said, let vengeance be mine. You are a fucking absolute pig. And anybody who's a pig licker and supports this whatever bullshit they got going here with, guess what? Central bank digital currency coming for you, huh? Oh no. Drones and hoes, boats and hoes. They got you so distracted. You think that those are, who do you think's doing this? Lights over your head. Yes, I already gave you, they're literally gaslighting you. Boats and drones. Well, Jesus saves. So let's see if this Rubicon knows his two cheeks from the same asshole. Which Jesus are you speaking of? And can you define the word save or salvation or sozo in the text that you're speaking? So which Jesus? You talk about the transgender Jesus. There's a transgender pole Jesus. I don't know if you just came in. We were just talking about that one Sex Pistol. Let me see your Decamai Jesus. It's a stick up. Everybody get their phallic, get their dick or whatever. Yeah, don't drop the soap. You'll go into their merchant cage. You get full of Bob and pay for it. What do you talk about? Saves. The word salvation, sozo. Okay, there's two kings, you idiot. Donald Trump decorates his house with the orgy transgender king. Satan, Baphomet, at the time of Christ, Mithra, you idiot. Stop with your lollipop Christian bullshit, you religious idiot. Put some actual gospel in here or get the fuck out of here. I don't sup with vipers or cast my pearls before swine. Speak which Jesus. Your Paul spoke, said there were too many. He said, well, come in my Shem, my Agape, saying they were Jesus. So what the hell? Identify which Jesus are you talking? You're a lollipop. Lollipop, but they don't ask no questions. They just spit this bullshit. So by some man who lies. Go ask your pastor, teacher, deacon, or reverend if Christ was hung on a cross. If they tell you yes, you're looking at a lying piece of shit, lying to the people sitting down. And I guarantee you 99% of men standing in the pulpit like I'm standing here will tell you yes. Christ wasn't hung on a cross. Grow the fuck up, guys. You might want to study and not just believe some mammon dirt. Relax. Relax. Don't do it. Everything. God loves everybody, right, Rubicon? God loves everybody, right? God loves everybody. Answer this. If you can't answer it correctly, I don't cast my pearls before swine. God loves, if he wasn't on a cross, what was he on? I'll teach to you, Scam, but I'm not going to teach this idiot in here. What do you believe in atheists? See, guys, they don't even understand. You see how ignorant people are? They're idiots. The word believe is not how they're using in this context. That's not what believe is. You guys are just lost in space, huh? Fallen angels are not the sons of God, you idiot. The sons of God are doing the will of the Father. Can't be fallen that you're not doing the will. And God didn't make any aliens. So that rebukes all that stupid idiocracy of Nephilim is these stupid fucking people who work for this government. They're pigs. They extort people from their birth contract for their money and take their hard-earned. And we don't have to. All you have to do is get a small piece of land and grow your own food. Hey, I don't have a woman, a wife, or anybody. I don't have anybody in this world. They took my son from me. But I don't need a wife because I get fucked every day by the government. So don't worry. I'm all right. It's okay. But hey, if you want to fuck the government back, let me teach you how to do that. It's called grow one seed tomato, and you can grow 1,000 non-genetically open pollinated seeds and fuck the government right back and grow chickens and eat your own brown, green eggs. Maybe you can't do a cow, but sheep are very tasty, and goat, I eat goat, sure. It's not what goes in a man that defiles a man. We're not under this dietary laws. That's how you fuck the government. Look at this. I don't have it turned on because it's charging. But see, become your own power company. Imagine that. That's another way to fuck the government. So they're always trying to take and extort you with their commerce fake pig cops. So stay away from them. Be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. You're going to fight or flight. So I'd suggest you make something to fuck the government back. Grow a herb garden. Get a water filter. This'll filter 100,000 gallons of water. It's less than $20. That's like 2 Starbucks coffees in your fucking stupid cities. Every city you're gonna burn to the ground when the arc discharges the sun soon. And they know it's coming. They're not protecting you. But that's why they have their millimeter stolen Tesla tech dome that Tesla and Stinky Muskrat have from John Trump back in the 1800s. And that's what all this stupid above your head is. You're just too ignorant to figure out this technology is old as shit. Probably here for millions of years, because I don't ever end. I'm just taking this little slice of pie time. So fuck the government and buy a water filter. So apologize for my cursing. It is what it is. Shut up, Eric. Get the fuck out of here, you idiot. It's called give unto Caesar what is unto Caesar. You're a fucking idiot. Oh, don't tell people to prepare. You want to see a failure? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You can make your own. You could easily, but this idiot's going to try to get you to look over here, not look over here. Fuck you, Eric. You're a pig. Get out of here. Leave now. You don't get no more chances. Don't go against this. Those we're all in the same narrow way. Hey, we throw 18,000 people out here a week. So bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Don't let, brothers, sisters, it's better to have and not need than need not have. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You want to see a failure? Okay, so the most bastardized used word is John 3:16. So God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. So can you find the word believes? Riff, give me the word believes. Give me what that is, because we were just covering that on here, you idiot. You religious idiot. The most unbastardized word of scripture ever that they use to pull people away, just like this other Jesus riff shit bull crap. Define the word believe or get the fuck out of here. You're deceiving people. That's all true, but can you define the word believe? Because I still haven't given anybody. You could have looked it up already. This man needs Jesus. Okay, Rubicon. Once again, Paul said they will come speaking another gospel and another Jesus. I'm going to fire you out of here. I've already said, which Jesus? Tell me, give me some kind of lineage on which Jesus you're talking about. His name was not Jesus. The letter J didn't exist at the time of Christ. You're just a religious idiot. Letter J did not exist at the time of Christ. Letter Z is not the last letter added to the alphabet. Grow the fuck up. Okay, well, Christ is a pagan term. Can you define what the word Christ means? Can you give any definition? You're just a religious idiot, and I rebuke you. You don't speak any aletheia. You're just speaking watered down milk. I'm giving these people the meat, those that have a hearing ear. So keep pitching this Sex Pistol, easy peasy Nimrod Jesus, right? Born in a manger. Let's see. I want to make sure. So Jesus Christ, born in a manger. So we know, just because, there's true. We got to make sure which one. Rubicon, you're talking about, right? The Christmas, born in a manger, right? Christmas, born in a manger, correct? Baby Jesus, born in a manger, correct? You Rubicon, answer or leave. I'm not going to give you any more of my time. He said, don't sup with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine. I'm showing you the narrow. I'm putting you the narrow. I'm putting the narrow way on you. This is what he tells us. Love thy neighbor like thy enemy, like I love myself. I believe you're my enemy. So, Riff, last chance. Are we speaking of Jesus born in a manger? You're saying you're Jesus, the Jesus you're talking about, you follow after Christmas? So you don't want to answer? I'm not angry. There's a difference between being anger and passion. Know the difference. They don't care how much you care, brothers, sisters. So answer. Say, yes, I do follow the Christmas Jesus born in a manger, the wise men and the manger scene, right? So we'll know which Jesus, because you keep declaring Jesus. So I want to make sure we're talking about the Christmas that they saw, the whole world celebrates, right? Born in the middle of the winter, Jesus Christ, you said, right? I want to make sure. Yes. You're a fucking Satanist. That's Satan, you fucking idiot. That's Mithra, the sun god. You're a fucking moron. There's no A-E-I-O's or U in Hebrew, so you can't put the Y with the A-E-I-O or U. You're a bumbling idiot. Leave now, Riff. You worship Satan. You just fell in your own trap, and I didn't make you do that. You did it to yourself. Christ, the shepherds were in the field. I'll give you one more, and you're violating these people. Don't worry. They have filters. He wasn't born in the middle of the winter. That's Satan. You're an idiot. And Christ, that manger scene doesn't exist. That's all blasphemy. That's all Catholicism. You worship Satan. That is Mithra. The shepherds were in the field with the sheep at the time of Christ. Do you have any idea where Israel's at? I'm a farmer. I raise sheep. You'll look through this channel. You'll find sheep on this channel. Henry, he used to chase the dogs around out here. Okay. I raise goats. I raise chickens. I raise dogs. You're an idiot. You're just some bumbling idiot believes a man. You worship Satan. So, you fell into your own traps. You might want to check out baby manger Jesus. That's blasphemy. So the shepherds were in the field, and that is not in the middle of the winter. The New Year's doesn't even start in the middle of the winter. You're just an idiot. So let's pray. Guarantee you, brother says you don't even know what the word pray means. And I'll tell you, since he's gone, pray means to have face. That means face to face, brothers, sisters. These idiots, these worldly idiots, Satan or God, it's all a lie. Okay, we'll get out of here, Eric. You're a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. Most people go to hell. Bye, Eric. You can leave now. I don't need you in here. I'm not going to try to change it. I hate and despise all this bullshit, religious nonsense. These people are blasphemy, and I can hate. I don't hate them. I hate their bullshit religion. So there is a Father. You'll pass through that 7 judgment seal sound horns. You're not going to the sky. Don't worry about it. Your dead ass going to come out of that dirt. If you go to the dirt or ash, you get cremated or what, you will be passed through the book of judgments. It doesn't matter what you believe in. So believe is not a thought in your head, brothers, sisters. I'll teach you now that Nimrod here or whatever riff, stiff, whatever's in here. So no, it doesn't matter what you think. I define everything I say, Riff. So how are you still in here? Get behind me, Peter, stiff Peter. All right, so you're not going to change anything I say, because the aletheia, mine comes from decades of definition, not your idiocracy. Your idiot. The word idiot is undefined in most of your heads. You're all idiots probably, and if you're not, then speak up. Show me you're not an idiot. I'm just trying to understand it a little bit. Oh, well, let's break. Just killing time. Oh, you're just Shay, there's a thing called Hub. Bye, Eric. That's your last chance. Go. If there's another channel for you, I believe it's a website. It's called the Hub. Go jerk your chain over there. You don't have any faith? Bye. I don't sup with vipers. You're a viper. Most people go to hell. God don't love everybody. God only loves his bride. So bye, Eric. I'm not trying to change you. Don't worry about it. People think that the word believe is a thought in their head, and they're just a bunch of idiots. So can't help turn. I'm not going to try to change you. So go pound your pud somewhere else, please. This ain't for entertainment purposes. We're making history in here every day. What the fuck are you doing about pulling your pud at a job, paying a W taxes? Good. Keep sending fucking money to Ukraine, you idiot. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm on my job. Should be on a piece of land, not paying taxes on maybe some land tag, but get the fuck out of here. You can probably skin a buck or run a trap. I'm on my job. It's called Hub. Get out of here, Eric. Okay? Don't put anything else. You do it. You're just baking your own pie, if you will. So anyways, go to pay the Pied Piper, huh? Peter Piper, pick the pepper. Oh boy. All right. So let's get Eric out here, because he's just jerking his chain on his work, paying a W-2 and killing fucking Ukrainians with that money and sending it to Iran and Israel. Fucking idiots in this world. I'm telling you, apologize for my cursing. So I'm going to take state of Oregon to the Supreme Court, and they're going to pay after my son at 17 months, 18 months, because I have all 100% proof. So, God loves everyone according to the Bible. Scam, you're an idiot. Nowhere in the word scripture does it say that. You're a fucking idiot. Stop it, scam. Don't blaspheme Shiloh, my love. He said he so loved Jacob, who he later gave the inheritance. And this is all about an inheritance. And Esau he hated before either one was ever born. So shut the fuck up. You are an idiot. Seriously, stop talking. You're a false teacher. You're a scorpizzo. You just blaspheming Christ's words. You should study with a lexicon. Maybe if you actually had a book, the actual correct book to study out of, you worship some watered down version of some bullshit. Okay? God doesn't love everybody. Most people go to hell. Shut the fuck up. That is most idiocracy. Love is not even what you think. You can't even define what the word love is. I guarantee you don't know where it's written at. And where's the highest form of love? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. What is love in Scripture? It doesn't say that word. You're speaking out the side of your asshole, your neck. This is how you do this. Iron sharpens iron. You won't run away because you'll realize you made a serious mistake and you can correct it. If you won't take correction, I can't help you. Highest form of love is sacrifice. Nope, that's not it. Thank you. The highest form of love is agape. Stoner Connection gets it correct. That's in the book of 2 John and 6, okay? So don't blaspheme Christ's words. You should better just shut the fuck up and don't say anything and just learn. Listen, people won't take me serious on this, and I have to think of this because I'm in here teaching all the fucking time, which is prophecy. Prophecy means teacher. There's no prophecy in modern day. He won't no stone upon left upon another. That was the prediction, the prophecy of the destruction of the temple. There's no modern day prophecy. We don't celebrate anything. We're not under this testament of old, of laws of flesh and war and sacrifice and ritual and price. But we're not. We are saved by faith and faith alone. There's nothing you're going to do. God already chose who he wants, and you'll get your own fucking name blotted out. Period. It don't work any other way. You're just a fucking religious idiot. I rebuke you. Shut the fuck up with your stupidity. It's stupid. You guys have the interweb. I'm going beyond idiot or ignorant, saying that means you don't know. I can't hold anybody because it's never put in their ear and eye. An idiot is a lame, a simple man, an uneducated, unskilled, unlabored. You cannot put blame on an idiot because it's the same word. Idiotos is the same word as ignoramus, ignorant. They don't know. You can't. They've never even heard it or seen it once. How can you hold something out against somebody? That's what the word idiotos or idiot means. But I call 99% of the world idiots, and they get all offended because they don't define anything. Any word about changing even one letter. Like, oh, his name is Yahushua. Dude, the letter A, I, O, and U didn't even exist in Hebrew. What the fuck are you doing, Cole? His name is the name isn't name. It's the word 66 canonized versions of the word, not a 5 or 1, I am, 3 letters, Shiloh, Jesus. That's not what that means. You're an idiot. Our Father, who art in heaven, that is not in the sky. When God created the heaven and the earth, it's not in the sky, and the earth's not below your feet. Hallowed be, that means glorify, lift up his Shem, and it's not Jesus or I am or Shiloh or God. It is all 66 canonized, and don't change a single letter of it book. That's what name means. Fuck, guys, grow the hell up. Hell is a place of no knowledge. By definition, it's not anything else. It is not anything else. You add to that book a jot, or that is busos is the word knowledge. Bathos, B-U-S-O-S, B-A-T-H. You can find it by Revelation 9:11. That's where the angel of the abyss, the king, the one that's locked up in the abyss. Your word says lake of fire, bottomless. It does not say that. It doesn't say Lucifer. That's not even a word. No, it's not a word. It never was in the real term. People have made, it doesn't even match the definition of the word Hallelujah that's there. People have made up a whole Luciferian nation for how many decades now, and it's nothing. It's a fucking rabbit. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. It's a Easter bunny. It's a tooth fairy. A fairy is a Celtic demon. A genie is an Arab demon, and a demon is a distributor of lies to others or fortunes. Bullshit. Bunch of lies. God controls the stars. There's no goddess of heaven spinning the big dip around. The sun's not dying off, going away. They're not. This is all this worship that you worship today. All this paganism, Satanism, wheel worship, the sun equinoxing with the 923 and the 323 and the birth from the sun, on top with the moon underneath. Lunar worship. Satan's wife had sex with her son after he died. That's where you get Catholicism, with priests can't keep their hands off kids. Muslims do the same thing because the Quran was written by Catholicism. Modern day Muslims are Christians without a sun god. Catholics are Muslims with a sun god. Baphomet, they worship the transgender Jesus. Pole worship. The New Year's doesn't start in the middle of the winter, you dumb fucks. Grow the fuck up. When does new life start? You're just orgified. You love your orgy worship. You love your celebration. We're not to celebrate anything, especially birth. There's only 2 birth dates in all of Scripture. I mean, how in ours at 2? One was Herod. He was trying to kill Christ. Remember the firstborn? There's your baby manger. Christ was not a baby when they came into Bethlehem. I rebuke Catholicism. That's all stupidity, brothers, sisters. Really, I call it beyond ignorance and idiotos or ignoramus, because you have the va. Remember, it would take an ear to go hear somebody like Brother Jim or myself give you a little bit of gospel. You got to discern mind. You won't have to do that. We'll discern everything, Brother Jim says. Filter off the cursing, or just go back 6 months ago. I didn't curse once on any teaching ever. I didn't, and it just had to be a little stressed. But go see Brother Jim. You know, get yourself narrow. Go relearn. You know, it would take a near, day on foot to get some watered down bullshit word. They didn't even get the real word. They weren't getting definition like Brother Jim. They're not, no Greek, no Oligos, none of this Hebrew forwarding to, none of it. That was some watered down version of the Jesus is born on a cross and he loves everybody, Jesus. And that's bullshit. But even now, maybe on horseback, you can cut it down by 4 hours, take you 4 hours instead all day on foot or something. Just to hear a man like myself, Brother Jim, or even what Brother Ross, look at what Brother Ross put in it. She's overcome by this New Testament, this new covenant, because he is part of this narrow way. Okay. And so if you're not willing, don't worry, we won't try to change anybody here. This is just what we're told to do, rebuke them. 2 times, I'm not really even following God's word. I'm only supposed to give you 2 times and then put you out of here. That's why I don't care about a count of how many people are here. I count about getting everybody out of here that's not in the narrow way, that doesn't want this truth. We don't help people who don't want to help themselves, brothers, sisters. Do not sup with vipers. Do not cast your pearls before swine. So to hear somebody like Brother Jim or myself, you're stupid now. You have the interweb and you can't believe everything on the net, but you have so much access to and you didn't. All you really needed was this interlinear, a concordance, and a lexicon. You didn't need the internet to do this, brothers and sisters. You didn't need it. These are the tools that we can help with each other. Iron sharpens iron, like Brother told me to fellowship. This is the tools that we should be using, like these tools here, to get to the orizo, the light unadulterated. As he said, I am the orizo. Let's work it backwards. He said, I am the orizo. I am the aletheia and the hados. Let's work it backwards. I'm reconsider. Why is it orizo? Because a light cannot be defiled. If you venturi, theolobo, push down on both sides light and then pitch it through an orifice, a narrow opening, it separates itself. Dark from light. That's predestination. That's what he did. He divided us from his light. He is the orizo. If you look at this, guys, I make rocket scientists look foolish, and I'm not like I'm above them. They're just learn what's in a box, okay? Science and all that. It's scientific method. I love that. It's always disputing the known, because nothing is a constant. The only thing that's constant is change. The only thing that's actually constant on this word is this book, and a lexicon. There is no other truth here. There is. Speak up now. Tell me where you can find some other aletheia in this world. Hokadesh, the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. So it was all spoken in with this dark and light. So, he spoke all. That's what started this, the light and the dark. It was all spoken. If you understand Babel, phonics, how your diaphragm, how there's at frequency, Torah, the original Hebrew, how this was written in the Old Testament, it all has value. Every single word has actual value. Resonance, frequency. You speak American now, not even English. I'm even speaking American, so you will understand me. Otherwise, if I start speaking in the end of days, their agape will be pornea. People are like, what the hell did that guy just say? You don't speak any Greek. You don't speak any Hebrew. You don't need to speak a bunch of it, but I'm telling you, you're going to be accountable, brothers, sisters. We live in a day where we have this access to this the interweb, the worldwide net, and you could get trapped with all these other things, or you can actually, again, be accountable, because you will. So I don't care what some idiot who doesn't think that there's judgments come after the 7th shofar shall sound, the final shofar. The dead will be raised from the ashes and the dust. Everybody from the foundation of the world. Nobody's in heaven, because heaven is not in the sky. Heaven is in you, brothers and sisters. Christ is in you. Okay, now the millennial reign of Christ is here now. Why are you letting this go to the, oh, it's after? No, this place will burn with fire. He ain't coming back here until this place burn with fire. Then he will take us back to where he said his father's house was at. He's been preparing this place for 2,600 years. And remember, I point up here, but it's really here, brothers and sisters. God is not in the sky. Heaven's not in the sky. You might want to be careful. Like I said, a false teacher is anybody who goes out and says, well, God loves everybody. No, he doesn't. God said, if anything you quote out of this book, and you're supposed to as well. You're supposed to, man. See, that's what I'm saying. He said, do not hide that light in a basket. That's the aletheia. That is the Hokadesh, brothers and sisters, the Ruach Hokadesh, the Holy Ghost. That's when he said, seeking ye shall find, asking ye shall receive. It's not a job. It's not a wife. It's not a car. It's what, as he blotted out in the book of Colossians 2:14, it was on stone, and now it's on our hearts. With beard blood, brothers and sisters, he paid that price for his bride. So there was a price that was paid from the foundation of the world. And when he brings this seventh seal, everybody will be raised at one time. Then he said he'd be changed in the twinkling of an eye. He'll put 1 foot on the land and 1 foot on the sea, and time will be no more. That's it, brothers and sisters. There's you get your new body. After the seventh shofar, an orderly arrangement of seals, trumpets shall sound. That is the judgments. The seventh seal, the seventh horn is judgments. That is when the dead are, that's the great day for Oligos. Just a fraction that he takes to his father's house that he's been preparing for over 2,600 years. I hope you're preparing. He's like the biggest prepper ever to walk this rock. I don't know of another person that's ever been written in Old Testament. I've studied all the, I'm not going to go into the tablets and all these other things. It's not relevant here. But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, he's the only one I've ever known that's been. Noah prepared for 120 years, an ark. He's been preparing for 2,600 years. And he tells you to prepare. He said, have extra oil. Hello. Believe in me. Believe in me. Believe in me. Faith. Put legs on your faith. Girded. Have your lamps trimmed, because nobody knows the day or the hour. But be burning bright. See, he never said you could set it down. There's nowhere in Scripture says once he shows you that light, you have to continue. He said, woe if you don't. Don't boast because you know it. Don't boast because he showed you. That's pride. That's one upon another. I don't boast in here. This is not, I don't have a choice. Only way I'm going to see Shiloh is to obey him, love him, walk and follow in his commandments. He tells me to take up my cross daily so I can find that straight gate. Theolobos, to be pinched down. Theolobo on both sides. It's not narrow path. It's narrow is the path. Self. That's why I'm not Broadway Tracy, capital letters. And I got Ted Martin screaming my name. He's my bitch down here in Lake County, Oregon. Because I have the agape. I have the Shem on my side. I know my constitutional Shem. I do. I have rights. Fuck freedom. There's no such thing as freedom. There's no such thing as free will. This case was founded on a constitutional right to choose. We don't kill women and children in other countries, and the finest of finest here in other countries, our own men, so people could be free. They have the right to choose, and they have that right. Stand on the X, go inside, get to roll up your sleever. So this is an apostate nation, and anybody who's still at this point supporting this in any way is my enemy. I'm always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce. My name is Apocalypse, Pastor Apocalypse. Revelation, under this crimes of commerce, under this sub-statute code that they try to enforce. They've had to actually vacate the trial because I've already subrogated all their merchant commerce law, their credit that they've tried to take from me and throw me in a cage and have me paid to get raped. I have to pay for my own raping. That's America. You tell me that's the truth? Yeah, that's what's going on. And you guys just allow this to go on. It's 2024, right? No, it's not. It's 5785. There were 13 apostles. What the hell are you doing? You're in some other world. You just do your own thing. That you are in this world. He said, be in it, but be not of it. So I don't do this crap. It's not 2024. The new year doesn't start in the middle of the winter. Christ wasn't born in the middle of the winter. I mean, all these things are easily aletheia. It's not like Donald Trump decorates his house with Satan. Everybody's okay, well, let's reelect him. I know, just like Barry. Barack Obama was not his name. That was his uncle. You know, his name is Barry. But the 44th pretendant, remember 4 triangles up or triangles down in the Barry building, blah, blah. They're all part of this trans worship, 3 buildings into one. So do remember that whether I liked it or not, these motherfuckers flew drones over my house and wasted the state of Oregon's money, or there flew drones in the sky. And I already warned you that they would gaslight you with the Aquarius sign. What do you think this is? This is why in the hell would you put red and green lights on a fucking drone? That's dumb. That's no strategic military purpose for that at all. They're gaslighting you. Aquarius, boats and drones. Yeah, it's the Aquarius sign. They're just gaslighting. You'll see more signs of the air. Remember the stupid bull? They flew all those lady, whatever, pilots from the blue and yellow, whatever that stupid bullshit they waste more people's money with. The angels. See, there we go. Angels. Fucking angels. Look at that. The whatever they call those. Apologize for so much. I'm going to get my son, guys. I'm done. I'm tested. I'm going to push these people, and I'm going to get my son fucking free, man. He went on the run, and I don't blame him, and I didn't think he would do that, but fuck it. They're trying to charge him under crimes of commerce. I have all the evidence to make sure that he will not, at month 17, you know, unless he commits like another criminal act, which is still a crime of commerce, and he hasn't, because he did at one point committed a theft. But he did his time, and he did his probation. They just started targeting him. So I'm not going to stop. You will see this case go to a Supreme Court. I will file for a change of venue. It's not going to stay in this county. That's where they really messed up with me, is they should have just taken this seriously from the beginning and say, this guy ain't going to take a routing. He is not going to do this. Look, they could have looked at my past. I jumped before and said, hey, you don't take care of this shit, I'm going to take care of this rapist for you. Don't make me go Old Testament on your ass. You're going to make me do something for the safety of this community. He's a menace to society, and you're going to throw my son in prison. Fuck it. I got nothing to lose. I'll steal your fucking money from you, and then you'll lose anyways. When he's gone, your money's gone. See? Checkmate, bitch. Ted Martin. Yep, I'll get rid of the rat. We'll go in a rat trap. Snap with these hands right here. Said I won't be armed. I'll make sure to look him in the eye. So go take care of this shit, or let my fucking son out of, not going to throw him in prison. This is why Elijah ended up taking a deal. So I'm more wise at this point in time. They never did produce any actual physical DNA evidence on the cigarettes that I told them they were all smoking. No eyewitness on Elijah. No actual physical evidence. A lot of hearsay, which can be brought in through discovery, but you have to have, eyewitness, physical evidence, latent fingerprinting on things if they're going to do prints, or they never did find any actual evidence of my son. He took a deal. So it is what it is. I'm working from that point. He made a mistake. He was convicted with there were 5 men involved. The rapist never was convicted. The minor children received one minor child, and the teenagers all received conviction, but the rapist never did. So that's why I was pissed. So I have a massive history with this state. Well, not the states. He was just me in the county. And then they brought the state of Oregon out here. And other than actually looking in, the state is this state fucking troopers office got to be the worst state troopers in the nation for what they just did, guys. You'll see they could have looked into evidence such as, I believe I have at least 12 calls, 25 calls made that they can bring into discovery to prove that Elijah did these hours. Not another even look, because they didn't call witness. There's 5. I've done this for hundreds of hours. You know what I'm saying? I have all these calls. They said this fucking dad is crazy. He never called John Caligo. He never called Lake County probation at 5 months. Hey, my son's, I'm trying to facilitate. I called the attorney. He says go into 17 months. All this, I called John. I call Elijah first. Hey, Elijah, you could get off probation early because you haven't gotten in any trouble. You did all your hours back, because it doesn't say anything at 6 months on his action plan. If Elijah had to start community service and only completed 47 hours, in the terms it was released to leave from county to county was that the hours were completed. the 180 community service hours. They didn't hit him back until month 33. This is targeting. This is a sure case. You'll see when this goes to federal court, you'll see that instead of they flew fucking drones over my house, brothers and sisters. They wasted goddamn state taxpayers' money by flying fucking drones over my house. Why? They could have been taking that money and pulling up this digital. Remember, the Trump shooter sat for 2 hours, 12 hours. And Trump's got his own security team, by the way. And then he got 45 miles away. Cellular data showed. So that's cellular evidence, cellular data evidence. I want all the discovery of all cellular data in this case. That's why Donahue looked at this case and said, man, I don't have the bandwidth to take this case. It's too massive. They're trying to take a case to court because I told my son we left to go get his wife a shower after 14 fucking days of not having running water. I have running, but I wanted her to have as much as she wanted. We pulled up to the road and there was a pig. So Elijah turned into the house. The pig says he made a U-turn. Let's see cellular data. It'll prove Elijah never made no fucking U-turn. I said, don't worry about it, Elijah. It ain't no tripping this. Go pull over right here in the, in the first house off of CB Highway and Oil Dry Road. And he did, and he went in there. I said, don't worry about it. Just go home. Fucking bad timing. It's God's timing. Don't worry. And we drove all the way down. Elijah didn't speed. Elijah didn't do anything. And then I couldn't see out the back window, and I told him no matter what, I went live streaming first. Do not stop. I have what is called affirmative defense. So does Elijah. Affirmative defense, as well as called is justification. This is a release of civil and criminal liability in a criminal case, brothers and sisters. And excuse defense. It's excusing your actions as criminal or civil liability because you're protecting. An example of affirmative defense, this is constitutional under criminal conviction, that's self-defense. That is the definition of affirmative defense. Elijah's trying to save himself from having a bleeding asshole, getting butt fucked by 2 men in prison when his dad has all the evidence that they don't want to look at. He's defending his. So I'm beside myself that my son fucking didn't show up to court in September, and they drove me all the way down there in December and served me a criminal summons to his thing when he already didn't show up back here. So that means my son has been looking over his shoulder since September. And that's fine because he still has what is considered affirmative defense will allow you to protect yourself from illegal prosecution. I've known that from day one. That's why this is such a mistake by the state of Oregon. I had the right to protect my son. I called ahead of time and told that I had a probation. If you try to warrant another arrest, you have illegally already detained him. I have proof of all his hours. Look at it. I've left 10 calls. I've left the whole story with Kresha Brunsman. All these people. This is just the case before Elijah goes over to Lake County. It has to be looked at because they're saying he didn't complete these hours, didn't hit him to the end. So all that has to be looked back in discovery. They're trying to bring all those charges back up against him. So we're going to have to bring back all that discovery into evidence. They can't suppress under my right of suppression, can't suppress any evidence at discovery at trial. I get to, under my 6th Amendment, call witness in my favor, delay of trial. No, they have to see they've already done this. This case is a massive, massive case. It's one of the largest cases probably ever in the state of Oregon that probably does involve a death. And I could have shot 3 men. Those 4th Amendment right gave me, those men eventually came and look at my face. I mean, you could even see that one eye is lower on my thing. I have had a stroke. They have caused physical damage. Punitive, emotional damage. It's okay. I will get this back. I've already started the process, but it has to get out of this county. And when it does, all the evidence will come out. They're hiding it. They think they were just going to get me or my son to take a plea bargain. I believe my daughter did, and that's okay. I'll go back on that case. I will challenge jurisdiction, and I've already believed it was Judge Vandenberg, so I already have a jurisdictional challenge in open court against fake judge. He's not operating under the Title 18 original statutes. He's operating under revised statute, which is for code. And I've already in open court make very clear since even my time of my arrest for this fake crime of commerce, I have the right. They're going to block me saying that they're charging me with a felony under a criminal code statute, not commerce, not actual Title 18 in a third article court. So it doesn't have any weight anyways. I'm okay with that. But this fake crime of commerce is interfering with a pig officer, with a cop sucker, clown badge, idiot, doesn't even know what he's doing, has no jurisdiction over me. Yeah, that's what they're charging me with. And hindering pigs from trying to prosecute my son and throw him in a fucking rape cage so he get his asshole stuffed by two guys. Maybe I eat a cock meat sandwich by Bob, Big Bob. You ever seen the movie Harold and Kumar? So I'm not kidding, guys. This is real. I have to take these steps now and be a little more animated because nobody wants to listen to me. This shit already been picked up by media. It's the feds. I've already called the Department of Justice at a federal level. I was screaming that out at the SWAT raid. Already called the feds. Already called you dumbass state troopers. So that's the most worst state troopers in the whole nation after this case, you'll see, because they could have just looked into all this evidence of all these phone calls. Why would I stand up for my son and face all this, get my whole fucking face ruined? My animals are fucking had all this if my son didn't do this shit. Oh, I'm just trying to get him a credit for something he didn't do. God knows. There's too much evidence, and they never looked into any of this, and that's their problem. Still to this day, brothers and sisters, after swatting my house, which is a Sixth Amendment violation and a Miranda violation, adequate and speedy trial. If they delay this trial by 1 second, that's a Sixth Amendment violation. Under this criminal case, I have the right to fair trial, speedy trial, and to call witness. There's more. I'm just giving you the basics. I'm asserting my constitutional rights, and by not looking into any of these phone calls, everything after 17 months, once this goes to a Supreme Court, will be reimbursed for my son, and my son will be able to come out of wherever the hell he's at. I don't know if they fucking disappeared him or not either, brothers, sisters. I have no fucking idea. After 6 months, because I don't want to break this bullshit criminal conspiracy. We can't have a contact order with each other and get us, we're this fucking close, to be able to get it. We come a long road. The evidence is my son. It's okay, Adriana, go peacefully, sweetheart, go peacefully. We have the evidence, and they haven't looked at it yet. So as soon as the evidence gets looked at, in this case, hard to believe it's been 6 fucking months. After swatting my house, they have still not even been able to produce anything in my case. It's gone zero, nowhere. That is a clear violation of my Sixth Amendment and adequate counsel. They've removed my counsel. Now they want to say that, oh, well, it's going to be a while before. See, that's a violation. It's going to be a while before he can get you another attorney. Yeah, I know it took you 6 months after swatting my house to give me counsel who's never even provided any legal counsel. And the dude was such a fucking idiot in open court. He said I was trying to fire him and I didn't pay him. Nobody's chipped even a single dime to help me. And it's okay. But not even one dime is poured in for my legal funds. None. Zero. None. So I have to do this all on my own. I have 25 acres of land up for sale. 45. I'm trying to get I might get some of this sold, but it's going to take a while, to get but I haven't been able to secure the funding. So I have to represent myself, and I have to take this counsel that they're supposed to be giving me, which should have been giving me a week while I was in court. They couldn't even give me a fucking attorney for me after swatting my house in court. They have to let my son's attorney represent me, which is a clear violation of co-counsel. You have to have a different attorney for each defendant. That's illegal. That's going to get this case thrown out when it goes to the Supreme Court. They will not have to look at it, but they will. That's why I want to go ahead and bring this fucking state. Bring your shit now. As a matter of fact, I'll be on this Monday, brothers and sisters. I can't delay this because my son, I don't want him looking over his shoulder. He's not breaking any laws right now by not showing up. I think that's actually in his best interest. I'm in ways hoping that he's long gone and he ain't anywhere close to fucking here. And hope he's enjoying nature and fishing and not worried about, he knows he did all this and he did more. And I found out from his mom that they were going to try to make him do it all over again. Those same 133 fucking hours that he already did and the 180 hours he did before. They're going to try to put another 100. That would be like 400 some fucking hours they made this man do. And he's the only man to go to jail in this original theft of 5 guys. The rapist still has never been convicted. This is a filthy, filthy, disgusting county, and this case will expose it. I'm not sure, it'll probably be not capital letter Tracy always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce, against the state of Oregon, Lake County, and the federal government for not coming in and stepping in sooner with this case, because I've contacted the Department of Justice. That's one office below the president, to look into the corruption in this county. I have raised a fucking fire in this county by putting on social media the corruption, and I've brought forward a dozen more cases, and I know there's dozens and dozens more of horrible things that have been done by the corruption of these just absolute tyrannical badged officers out here. Michael Taylor is probably going to have more to culpability, because he was known and criminal liability, because I notified him of this rapist. I actually notified Lily Frank will probably do at least 20. I'm hoping 30 years. It's only whatever they want to throw my son in a cage. I can't pick their actual date, but what she did to my son, and she's the one who knew already that Elijah, she forced him out of the county. She was so pissed at me. She started piss testing him, and there was no drug charges. It was a theft, and it was not robbery, it was theft. So targeting from the beginning, and it will come out in a Supreme Court case. And I'm sure that Michael Taylor will spend at least 20, 30 years, and I'm pretty sure Lily Frank will spend at least 20 years in prison, because there's more things going to come out. I have a lot are complaining about her. A lot of people are complaining about Sam Birch, Josh Bezel, all these people. Tom Rourke, I have multiple cases that will put Tom Rourke in for a long time, because he's criminally liable for not, like Michael Taylor. I said, hey, there's this rapist running around, do something. I'm trying to, professional courtesy, prior law enforcement officer, take care of it. I'm trying to deal with this in-house, grassroots. Never a call. Lily Frank told her about all this. This fucking rapist is hanging around my son, smoking cigarettes with him. He's a minor, and his wife doesn't like him smoking cigarettes. They kind of had an agreement in the beginning. So he's spending time away from the house. It took me forever to get her out here, get this fucking rapist away from my son. He hanging around these other kids. This guy is a minor. There was another Elijah involved in the case. He was 17 years old. He's a minor. And Lily Frank will probably do 20 to 30 years in jail, because prior to the conviction, prior to the theft and all these things, I had warned her about, hey, this guy's lying. He's telling people in this county that he didn't rape that woman. It was a big mix-up. It was his girlfriend. He kept telling people different. That's how I caught on to him. I didn't know what he was at first. I didn't like it at first that my son was hanging around him, but he'd met this guy through buying him cigarettes. That's why I gave the county evidence. Hey, if my son did this, fuck it. He's in jail. He's been there long. I don't know why he's the only one in jail, but take a cigarette butt and get DNA. They'll pass that cigarette around like a hippie, because he's the rapist. Now, I didn't know. They didn't know. These kids didn't know he was a rapist. He's a predator is what he is. And he's not even contacting the county when he's moving from address to address. That's why I contacted Lily Frank at Lake County Parole and Probation Office and said, you're allowing this rapist to move around the county. He can go up to Portland and rape somebody in Clackamas County. He go over where Ryan's at, because Ryan's in the same state. And, I don't know if I don't want that. If Ryan had a girlfriend and go force himself on her, he's already done it at gunpoint and robbed a Hispanic married woman in Texas. Why wouldn't he do it here? So if you don't know where your pedophiles and your rapists and your murderers are at on parole, you're neglecting to keep the county's safety. You're putting the county's safety in jeopardy and compromising the safety of the community. So this is going to be a massive case, brothers, sisters. I can't help that they didn't do anything. It's not my fault. I don't wish this could have been done years ago. I've tried to help the community. Helping the community does help myself. It makes a safer community for me to live in. And unfortunately, now that this case is going to have to go to a federal court, I'm filing motion and already have demanded in open court to file a change of venue. It's not going to stay in this county. It's not going to stay in this county. I will make enough attention come Monday to where they don't even want to mess with Elijah's case anymore. I'm done fucking with these people. It took my son from me. They didn't have to do this. And I know fathers can control in his timing. Love is patient. I have to allow his time. And Shiloh, he's my love. He'll do this when the timing's right. He always does. Faith like Daniel. But it will make this community much safer. I don't know which pigs they're going to bring in here to replace these criminal pigs, or probably more criminal pigs. but it is what it is. It will go to the Supreme Court. I will bring up all this judicial capacity, and all of this was done under commerce crimes of a subtitle, which is not actual constitutional. So there'll be a lot of things that are brought up under the case of not capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. So they have their hands full with me. I'm not going to be pushed. I will go to the top of this government, and you'll hear of this case. It's not going to go away. You can't push it away. Do I go to church? I rebuke every block, rock, brick, mortar building on this rock. You don't dwell there. So no, I don't. Where he said, where there are 2 or 3 gathered in my the wicked objection in the blindness, Sinclair. No, that would look perfect. Maybe they would be interesting. Cool. All right, I had something online, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to I need to come up with $80. I put a whole more of things online, and I came up short this month because they drove me down, and I had to pay $40 worth of gas to go to a court trial that wasn't even should have done. And I bought the lunches for the people that drove down there with me, bought them a burrito or whatever. So I've apologized. I had to take an interruption there. I have this Sinclair bench over here, and they changed the gas station and said maybe they would be interested in it. So it wasn't an actual hit. So I thought somebody was buying something, which I need to come up with $80, and I'll be back square again. So I'll get it figured out. I apologize for the interruption. I just had a message about this bench that's in this thing that I bought. It's very old. It's kind of neat. It's a Sinclair. I like antiques and things that are one-off. There's not another one like it. So I've shown it in the live stream. But yeah, somebody's like, you should tell them. Well, they just turned the Sinclair gas station over here in Christmas Valley to Sinclair too. They all changed from Chevron to Sinclair. So that's Ed Staub, and thinking that they might want it because it changed up there. So I have it online, but it wasn't an actual. I always thought it was somebody who would. Oh yeah, they're done, Storm. It's not going to be dropped. This case is not a drop case. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a drop case anymore. They will expend all the extradition of all these charges, and all these things will happen. But it's okay. It will go to a Supreme Court now. It's done. I feel confident, so confident that it just has to get out of here to get they just, look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's super simple. They just normally, people taking deals. 98.5% of cases in America take what's called a plea bargain, or you call it agreement, but it's an agreement. Extort that, merchant number or your bond. You notice you have restitution or fines, but there's like a $600 fine to somebody fine for, like, I got fines attached to interfering with a pig, right? Hindering a pig, peace officer, hindering prosecution. That money is coming out of that merchant number in capital letters. And you guys don't know, but that's how it works. So I put a halt on that. So they're not going to go anywhere. I can file for what is called habeas corpus on my son's behalf. I will be doing this. I've been working with some other administrations trying to make sure these filings go in exactly as they're supposed to. I can file them online. I don't have to go to the courthouse. I got to be there on the 6th for some trial, and there's no trial even. It's all been vacated. These people are idiots, and it will get out of this town. I'm just not the guy that took it deep. 98.5% of cases, not just in this town, in America, take a plea deal, take a plea agreement, take a plea bargain. That's what it is. There's no plea deal. There's no plea agreement. That's not what it is. It's a plea bar. You're giving a bar to allow that merchant number or bond number in capital letters to be extorted. That's how they get paid for the system. Fuck that. I'm dissolving the corporation. Watch. I'm not doing it with guns. I'm dissolving it with my mouth and by subrogating this money and freezing it up. If I never receive a dime of it, I don't care. I don't care if Elijah does. If he just gets out, we'll go live in the woods. I'm just going to go be around my son. But we'll see. They fucking could have killed my son. I don't have any idea where he's at right now. I haven't talked to him since this time, since I seen him in jail in the little flat. That's the last time I saw my son, and I only called his mom yesterday because I just found out that wasn't there in September. That doesn't make any motherfucking sense. Why would they summons me to trial if he already had not shown up? They would have already vacated the fucking trial. Why do they let me do all that shit online with their idiots? They really think that one of us is going to commit another crime. And that's how they're going to get his son on that or whatever. And I haven't committed any crime. So all crimes are crimes of commerce anyway. There's no judicial capacity in any of these courts, unless it's in Article 3, and there's only one in the United States. All these other are fake kangaroo courts. Legally, logistically, they're not operating under Title 18 criminal statute. These are all revised statutes. We're not part of the original Constitution. So I'm asserting my rights, and this will leave this county someday. What just sucks is I got to go. I don't know where to go. I got nowhere to go. So I don't have any friends. I don't know where they push the case. I'm going against the state of Oregon. I want every single one of those state troopers to serve time in prison. They should have never done that. They could have looked into these phone calls and seen if these phone calls were made. They didn't choose to do anything. They have done nothing but get drones, SWAT warrants, call the fucking owner, just wreck my shit. They've done nothing on my case. And I don't blame my son for fucking whatever you call it, absconding. Because they were trying to make him do another 133 fucking hours, guys. I'd learned that. I believe that's... So maybe he didn't get swooped up by the fucking state or the county, and maybe he's just in Bermuda or Bahama. Come on, pretty mom. I don't know if he took his wife. I don't have any idea where. I asked his mom, and he don't know. The cops came looking for him. She didn't know anything about his wife. Said, just turned dark. Just went off. Even Phoenix's brother constantly plays games with him online with certain games that they play because it's his brother. That's how they interact too. And gone. Dust in the wind. So good for you, Elijah John Werner. I'm not speaking to you because I want to break this stupid fake fucking no contact order, but good for you. Go live your life, son. Dad will get this taken care of. I'll get it at the Supreme Court. You will be exonerated of all your charges, and you will get reimbursed from month 17. Yes, he will. You'll watch. Don't fucking Bruno Mars, bitch. Don't believe me. Just watch. Yeah, you too, Ted Martin, my bitch. Say my name, but don't say it in capital letters. Chief of Finance in Lake County's my bitch, guys. He's my dog. He does what I see. He barks my name as loud as he can. He'll go from red to maroon to smoked plum, or maybe eggplant or purple rain, if you will. So he's just mad because he said my name and not all capital letters because he knows he's the chief of finance. He can't extort that merchant number anymore. So there's no case to be had in my case. It has to go to federal trial. They'll have to grant the motion for change of venue. And how can they? There's judge bias in this case. Clerk Dave's not here, Vandenberg. It's not a judge. He's a lying piece of shit. Faking as a judge. He's just an actor. He's a clown suit in a black robe. And he has no judicial capacity operating in an Article 3 court. So good luck there, Dave. I'll see you in prison too. I'll come visit you. You have a lot of criminal liability in this case. You've known from the beginning too. You started this 4 years ago. I believe you were the judge, fake judge under Tony Karsten, the rapist. So you'll enjoy your cock meat sandwiches and double stuffed like an Oreo. So maybe triple stuff if you get it from behind and the front. You can eat Oreos and cock meat sandwiches. So, or whatever they want to do it to me. They want to do it to my son. When I have all the evidence he did it, I don't think this is out of line. So I can't wait till the feds get a hold of me. Bring it, feds, you fucking punk bitches. You ain't nothing but a corporation either. Your Department of Justice, you one office below the president. I already called. How come your punk ass bitches ain't called me? Because you're fucking afraid of the law, aren't you? You're afraid of this shit. You're going down too. You're liable too, because I already called you. I put all this people involved in this case on what is called notice of liability. It means all damages, both physical, punitive, emotional damages, be compensated out of this merchant money, bond, whatever you want to call it. You don't know what it is, but it's real. So, and if that can't be done, then I will sue every one of these people's bonds that are in a community service or capacity of being a public servant. You have to be bonded, licensed and bonded and insured, just like a contractor working in a construction field. So probably fake judge, criminal judge Dave's not here. Vandenberg is probably $50-100 million bond. I imagine. I haven't looked into it, but I will. I imagine the chief of finance, my bitch, Teddy Bear Ted Martin, who's got no case and should have dropped this a long time ago. Now he's going to go to prison because he's going to go to prison because he should have dropped this while he was in as the chief of finance. The district asshole or attorney or chief of finance is the prosecuting attorney. He doesn't have any judicial capacity. He's prosecuting crimes of commerce, and he's the finance officer. The judge works for the judge isn't a judge. He's a clerk. He works for the chief of finance district attorney. So does the attorney that's in there, the public defender, and even that $1 million attorney that you hire still works for the chief of finance. So, they're all working for the prosecuting attorney. That's how this is set up, to extort the merchant number. And in either a first article or fourth article courts. There's only one court in America that operates under Title 18. Original Title 18 statutes, not revised statutes, which are sub-statutes or criminal code, not for actual people. These are your constitutional rights that you had for people under the original statute, Title 18. Look it up. I'm not speaking anything out of order. This is 100%. That's the fact, Jack. And so I've already taken all the money from the case of CFR, whatever, hindering prosecution, interfering with a peace officer, and criminal conspiracy. They can't go forward with it. The feds are going to be pretty pissed about it too, because they do the same fucking thing. They're all extortionists. They're trying to extort your merchant number. This is a contract back at the Queen. It was written on paper. They don't honor it, pay it double back. It was written on paper. Could change it. They can't change it. They did that. They changed this from a constitutional republic to a corporation. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce under the revised statute or first article or fourth article court. There's no courts going on in a third article judicial for under Title 18. Not the sub-statutes. Those are not. Those are revised statutes. Like they're trying to charge me with ORS, Oregon Revised Statute, hindering prosecution, hindering a pig. Well, no shit. I don't want my son to get thrown in a rape cage. God, it must not feel good to have a big, fat 12-inch cock, and maybe you want to double stuff another one to rip your asshole so much. Not only do you have semen leaking out your ass, but you got a bloody asshole. And your face, maybe you got face ripped like fish hook too. So you got ass, face, and ball sack in your face. And all this goes on in prisons. People don't think this happens. If I have the proof, why would I ever let my son go into that situation? I'm going to insert my constitutional rights. So this is how I have to be, because I tried not to be so animated for 14 days. I got more stood up and put it on the board, and they said, oh shit, and they issued the warrant. So since then, they ain't done nothing but violate my Miranda, adequate counsel, and Sixth Amendment right to speedy and fair trial. And so I've called for change of venue. I've challenged the jurisdiction of Dave Vandenberg. He's only a clerk. You can hear it. It's on this channel. You can go back. I'm sure it's jurisdictional challenge or something like that. I must give it a heading. But there's no actual judges in America. There's like 400 and some fake judges. They're just clerks. They all work for the chief of finance, for the prosecuting attorneys, and each one of those either administrative first or fourth territorial, which is still administrative courts. They're circuit courts, but they're not Article 3 courts, which have judicial capacity to enforce criminal statute. It's not that hard, guys. It isn't. But they got a hard on for me, don't they? Well, they fucked with the wrong guy. So should have just taken care of this a long time ago, and this could have been, but see, it's not. This proof that Father is doing this, and he wants it to be done this way. That way there will be no more Judge Vandenberg here. There'll be no more Michael Taylor here. He's retiring anyways, but there'll be no more Ted Martin. Oh, he's retired. Boy, it's crazy that all these people who prosecuted my case 4 fucking years ago are retiring. It's kind of like these people in America. They're bowing out before they know shit's about to hit the fan. In this case, once this goes federal, you will hear about this case. I'm pretty good at media, so I'm sure I'll figure out ways to push this out into the mainstream and the lame stream and alt media as well. So you'll hear about it. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to take a deal. I refuse. I will not sue the state of Oregon. I will not sue the county of Lake County, because I don't want the taxpayers to have to pay for the negligence and criminal behavior of their public servants. That's criminal to me. Why make the taxpayer when their fucking pigs can't even do their jobs and criminally break the law, which they have sovereign immunity, but they can't break the law. So they all broke the law in this case, and they all do time. And I'm sitting here in faith like Daniel. Bring it, motherfuckers. Bring it. You're recording me right now, so bring your case. Let's do this shit, motherfuckers. You ain't shit. nothing on me. I have affirmative, justification, and excuse defense. Excuse, not excuse. Excuse from criminal or civil liability. There's nothing I'm concerned about, anything I've done or my son. Hurry your fucking case up. If my son went on the run, I want him back. Not because I love him or I miss him. He's got a good outlook on things. I don't have any loaner, so I like to have his opinion. I don't. Dad, you never use it. But I don't want to put it out, son. Should have listened to my son a lot more. He's a very wise young man. So, although this is the last thing that I thought was going to happen, that he would not show up, because he's not on the run. Fuck that. He ain't running from shit. He ain't break no laws. He ain't breaking no laws right now. He has just a justification defense or excuse defense or affirmative defense. An example of affirmative defense is protect his asshole and his face from being face raped by a man. Good for you, Elijah. Good for you. I'm only speaking into the ether for not going back and subjecting and living your life. And I hope that, I don't know how you're making it. I'm not talking to him, speaking into the ether, because I don't want to break their stupid fake third conduit, just whatever, into the ether. He's gone. He's long gone. Hopefully he ain't even in the state. I don't know why he'd stay in the state. If he's in the state, I hope he leaves. I hope he doesn't come back. I'll miss him if I never see him. See, I thought I was going to see my son a few days ago. My heart's broken, guys, shattered in pieces. It's like, yeah, they're going to convict you, Elijah. They didn't prepare anything, but it's okay. Dad's got this. Don't worry. Remember, that's why I jumped this evidence to begin with. I didn't have to, Elijah, but you're a good, honorable man. You did your time, and now they're trying to target you because they're pissed at Dad, because I'm very boisterous about the corona and Trump and everybody, all this, and you're being targeted. The apple don't fall far from the tree, so I will get my son exonerated of all charges. You'll see it happen, and I won't stop. Nothing is going to stop me from doing this. I will fight to the death to keep my son from going to prison, was my statement that I made. Abso-fucking-lutely. And if they made it, it's never with any weapons. They're the ones who brought guns, not me. He said, be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. So I'm not going to strike back. It's just, that'll give them all the fuel they need. I mean, I could have killed those 2 state troopers. That's why I told that cop, whatever, that would be murder. I said, shut your mouth, you pig. You don't know what the fucking Fourth Amendment is. Shut your stupid pig mouth. You're putting your foot in your pig mouth, and stop talking right now. Don't sit there. You don't know the Fourth Amendment, right? You have the right to be secure in your house, papers, persons, and effects. Those men were threatening, me on the live stream. Oregon State troopers have one of the best snipers in the nation stalking this fucking house. And I had already called them, telling them, look at the evidence before you come in here with a SWAT team. For weeks, months, even years before I called about the problems that I'm having out here. I have all the discovery and evidence to bring into a federal court of all of mine. I have zero concern about. They are going to be, their asses are on the line for not looking into. They flew fucking drones over my house. They could have looked into one phone call and all of this would have been done. One call to Lake County Probation and Parole Office at 5 months, me calling after calling my attorney. There's call too. I'm calling. I'm Elijah's dad. I'm calling on behalf of my attorney. His attorney told him to call. They want to make sure they make this smooth because he's done all his hours. We want to be able, he can document it, get something in writing. Elijah's done all his hours. I need it in writing. She put me on hold. Remember the Trump shooter sat for 12 hours in the bushes and then went for it. That's cellular data. So that cellular data evidence will show that I called that day and they told me, put me on hold. And yes, then the lady said, yes, I looked in the system. Elijah has no more hours. He would have said if he did at month 48, or excuse me, at month 48, at month 6, after leaving the county for 5 months, it would have said on his action plan that he'd have start community service in Lane County, and it never did. So I can go on and on and on, and they looked into none of this. Instead, they wasted fucking state troopers, wasted money to fly fucking drones over this house to try to get a look at stalking me. See what I'm saying? I'm telling them, call. They actually drove on my properties when I could have shot 2 state troopers, and I don't miss, dead. And I wasn't even talking about that incident. I was talking about John Mogul, who came on my property immediately. I thought he was a pig in a white car. He looked like a pig in plain clothes. So I said, hey, you got a warrant? He said, no. I said, exit my property immediately. Leave now. Go. And I told him 18 times to stop. That man is breathing because I'm a meek man, not a weak man, because God told me to be that way. that man trespassed out on the local page here. Look into Christmas Valley United, Christmas Valley community. When they talk about people wandering around people's property out here, normally people's comments on the page, not mine, is, well, just dig a hole and we'll take care of it because the cops don't do shit out here. That's it. Look at it. It's been the subject of conversation for the 10 years that I've been out here. The cops won't do shit. You got to protect yourself. That motherfucking John Mogul is so lucky right now. He didn't walk down another. So came in and opened. It was marked. That's fine. That's not trespassing. You got to tell him to leave. Then that's encroaching on your Fourth Amendment. To be the right to be secure in house, papers, persons, and effects. He looked like he was reaching for a gun. Go watch it. I could have shot. I didn't. Wasn't even armed. I actually told him to shut up, and then he involunteered a violation of a Sixth and Miranda right that they were forced. They forced us to go to trial. You're forced to go to trial? Yeah, no wonder you fucking forced. You didn't bring up the 20 witnesses. You didn't call any of them. No wonder my son dodged out. He knew they were trying to just throw him in a rape cage. And hopefully he has confidence, like faith, like Daniel, that his dad has this. I'm just his dad. I'm not his father. I hope he's supping with Father and Shiloh and not thinking about me, knowing that dad does what he does. The apple don't fall far from the tree. So I'm sure hopefully he has confidence like Danny. He's a man of God, and I love my son a lot. He's my brother, mother's son. He's moderated on this channel under Civic. So I will give my son's life back if that's Father's will, Shiloh's will, and he'll be reimbursed, and his wife will too, and they'll get their life back. It's not going to take forever. This won't take forever. It's going to be quite a long case. I went to Donahue, one of the largest attorneys in the state, and he said he can't handle it. It's too big, too many people, too much discovery, too big of a case, too much not enough bandwidth is what he said. We don't have enough bandwidth to take that case. That'll tell you how massive, you know what I'm saying, that this case is. So see, that's somebody looking from the outside. They themselves here in this county just trying to ramrod, just take a deal. Just let us extort some money from you, and we'll give you some rebate. They just want you to take a deal. They always, if you take it to trial, you're gonna. That's why most people take a plea bargain, a plea agreement, because they get afraid. And I'm not afraid of none of these motherfuckers. They ain't got no judicial capacity. None of them. There is no cop in America that is operating under a judicial capacity. Not even the DOJ. They're all crimes. They're crimes of commerce under the corporation called America. You're just so fucking ignorant, you don't know. But it doesn't mean that's not actually what's going on. And it's been going on for a long time. They've gotten away with this, but I believe that's why they're getting ready to change their financial system, because it is the apocalypse. The veil has been lifted. People like me are exposing these things. This is how I will go down in history. I don't give a fuck what you guys do. Do whatever the hell you want. I will be dissolving the corporation. They just sent another $20 fucking billion to Ukraine. Not in my case. That money's all locked up. And if I never receive a dime of it, I don't give a shit. I still got bond money from all these pigs in this case that I can take from and distribute to my son. He has the right to. That, like fake judge Clerk Vandenberg, who charged with him crimes of commerce, all these things, has probably a $50 million bond. We'll split it that three ways. Adriana sues Clerk Vandenberg. I sue his bond, which I have the right to do. Don't sue the county. And then Elijah, he won't operate. He'll never be in the capacity of that line of work. I'm not trying to condemn Dave Vandenberg. He wants me to get ass fucked, my son to get ass raped, triple stuff from front and behind, bleeding assholes, leaking semen faces with ball fucking stench, taint on my face. You think I want that for my son? Taint breath? No, I have the evidence. Fuck these people. I have affirmative defense, so I have the right to protect my son and my own asshole and his. They don't want to look at the evidence. That's not my fault. They could have looked at the evidence a long time ago before they even brought the SWAT team out here. So they are culpable, criminally liable, and I will make sure that I sue all these people's bonds. That I will get. They will not hold that up. The other, because it's of subrogation and it's a little complicated, but it will pay out. Treasument 1983 Tampa Bay calculator. Look it up. There's case laws on this case, okay? You don't need to go into too much deeper. Well, kiss my ass. What do? Shove combs up your shelf. And women are fucking absolutely disgusting in prison, brothers and sisters. You ever go in a woman's bathroom? Fucking disgusting. Women are filthy as fuck. I can't believe what they do to each other in prison. A bunch of fucking women locked up that shouldn't even be locked up under crimes of commerce. Go fuck yourself, goose. Kiss my ass. Seriously, go fuck yourself. You ain't even you're worried about women. These fucking women get locked up too, you stupid fucking idiot. Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Leave right now. Go. Leave. I don't want any more comments from you. You don't give a shit about women. You don't know what it's like to be locked up in a women's fucking prison, what they fucking have to do and go through. They're brilliant, guys. You see some of the shit women do in prison, but God, they're fucking horrible to each other, like hens in a hen house. I asked you to leave, Goose, and now I throw at least 18,000 people out. God is a fucking title, you stupid fucking religious idiot. Get out of here. Manners. The word nice means to be stupid. I ain't trying to be nice. Get the fuck out of here, man. Leave. You keep putting shit in here, you're just making your own bed. I'll moderate you if you want. You won't be able to come back for 24 hours. Go grow up. Be 7. Learn how to fucking read the scripture. Don't sit in there and God was never written in the original text. You're just an idiot, religious idiot. Manners. God said, if you're loved by the world, you be hated by my Father, brothers and sisters. You're not here to be nice. Nice means to be stupid. Don't listen to this idiot. You don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. No, I'm just saying, hey, I teach off it. Thanks, Will Argue. Hey, that's kind of a freaking funny name. I like that, Will. Appreciate it. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Don't worry about it. Just leave. If you're in here and you put anything else, I will moderate you. Goose, whatever your name is. Gus, Goosey, Loosey Goosey. You want Loosey Goosey asshole? There he goes again. See? There he goes again. He can't stop and just be a fucking grown-up and leave. He's already been told to leave. He's going to continue to just keep running his fucking mouth. Stop crying. Do I look like I'm crying? I fucking teared up like seriously the other night because my son fucking ran. But he's not breaking the law, dipshit. You don't know anything about this case. You don't know anything about God. God is a title, you fucking idiot. God don't love everybody. He only loves his bride. How about that? Most people are going to hell. Go read that and don't ever come back, please. If you put anything else, one more fucking thing in here, I'm just going to keep making an ass out of you because you're an idiot. You don't have any biblical understanding. And he said, don't change one word, one letter, one yod, one tittle. It didn't say God in the text, okay? It never said the word God. You're a fucking idiot, man. Please leave now. I'm trying to be nice to you. If you put anything else, you're just showing how fucking brutish in nature you are. You're a brute beast acting out like an ass. See? See? Can't stop. Can't stop. Just be a fucking grown-up and leave and come back in another time and just because you're not getting anywhere. So guess what? Loosey-goosey, enjoy your loose asshole because they'll let you criminate yourself under crime of commerce, and I won't do that to you. You'll do it to yourself. You're taking your own crown. You could have left. I was trying to be cordial, and so what if I cuss? You're a fucking idiot. God is not ever in the original text, and you're sitting there speaking. You're a false teacher and a false prophet, okay? Because you're adding. It didn't say the word God, so stop speaking gods. He said before Abraham was I am. YHVH. There's no vowels in Hebrew. You're just a bumbling idiot, and I make an example of your idiocracy. You know a lot about that. So, okay, get out of here, loosey-goosey asshole. Enjoy your ripped fucking double-stuffed cock face and your taint face, because I'm not going to allow that to happen to my son. Shut the fuck up. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Okay, I have the right to tell you to use your search your Fifth Amendment, and now you're gone. I apologize, guys. I'm very concerned for my son, you know, and you too, that they do this to everybody in this nation. They allow us to get ass raped, and we pay for our own ass raping. Do you know that's the way this country is set up? Well, at least in men's, I don't know what women do each other. I don't know if they force themselves a hairbrush or what they do, but definitely not like they're hard. That's a hard time to be in a woman's prison. Actually, I had Real Vita TV is requesting me to go into the women's prisons and to speak with them and give them the gospel, because under this covenant, brothers and sisters, it's both man and women, Jew and Gentile. It's not women have the right to speak. We're supposed to be equally yoked, brothers and sisters, please. It says you treat a woman's body like you treat the church, like you treat your own. So I would never mistreat a woman in any way. You know, like I said, that's not. We're all one race. We're the human race, man and woman, brothers and sisters. Anything else is blasphemy. Let me see your pelvic bone. All can tell. I don't care if you put a chainmail purse on. I gotta get something to eat. I got somebody calling. I'm probably not going to answer because I'll have to finish or I'll have to leave you guys on here. So, Brothers and sisters, I got to go to because I got to come up with $80 here before the end of the day and try to get it into a PayPal account or Cash App account. So if anybody can monetary tithe, it's great. If not, don't worry about it. I don't care. I don't even. I don't think I can. I'm gonna have to leave all this land anyways to do the Supreme. Go to the federal court. So I appreciate you listening to me, my filthy, filthy, disgusting mouth. Other than that, I hope you're getting meat out of this. Cool. Yeah, Pendleton. I know over there in the desert, over there in Eastern Oregon. So I'm working for all people in this nation, brothers and sisters. I'm working for you. I am a vet, although I don't like my tour service. I was received, an honorable discharge, and I'm not going to stop fighting for the rights, the constitutional rights, not of a corporation, but the original 13 colonies, the state rights, the right of the man that's not under a corporation, commerce. I'm not capital letters. I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. So I hope you're learning here something and you can sift through all my filthy, disgusting cursing and find that there is truth in this. Okay. There's so much air traffic, guys. I cannot freaking believe how much air traffic you're hearing above you. I hope you're ready for what they're about to do. Please be ready. Prepare your house, your spiritual house before all things. Have your lamps trimmed and have extra oil, brothers, sisters. Please, Maranatha, till Christ returns. Okay, have your loins girded. He said in his service, are you doing what it is that he's supposed to be in these very unique times that we're living in? Give that shekel to the rich man. He said, use what you have, please. I'm only trying to use what I have, and I apologize that it's come now here recently with some cursing, but if you can sift that off and filter that, hopefully there's something worth, you'll find the value in what I'm doing here and what we are doing, and we're witnessing history, brothers and sisters. So I got to go. I need to call back. I have somebody that I need to call legally, and I've got to figure out a way to get this $80 into my PayPal account or Cash App, because I don't want to lose a 5-acre parcel that I've been paying on for 5 years. I only probably got 3 or 4 payments. It is up for sale for, like $20,000. I'd lose $20,000 over 30 or 40 bucks on that payment. And I'm 30 or 40 bucks short on the other. I got to go, guys. I'd love to stay in here all day, but I got to make these phone calls a little bit. I'll be back. So, if you have any resources monetarily, great. If not, please, I appreciate all your support here in the ministry of time, because you can print more money and make more money, but you can't make or print time. So that is extremely valuable. That's the only requirement I, as your teacher and pastor, require you to tithe to this ministry is your time. Monetary is we have to have it. So I got to go and see if I can take care of that. Okay, guys, maybe I can make some phone calls or something. I don't know. I'll go. I love you, brothers, sisters. Much Agape and Phileo. Please leave a comment. That's another way you can tie to the ministry and hit that thumbs up button. There's another way doesn't cost you to hit the thumbs up button. Doesn't cost you to leave a comment, even after the video, if you can. That does help the algorithm so other people see what this was about when they come and look at the video, the live stream. And if you're watching the live stream again, or the re-live stream, because we do have quite a people, please make sure you consistently come back and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, because it is a shadow ban channel. It's probably the content. What do you think? There's no other channel like this on YouTube. Name another channel like High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. Name one. Leave that in the comment section for me. If you're watching the restream, you made it 2 hours to the end, put another channel that you can find that's anywhere remotely close to High Desert Faith and Truth Ministry. That's another tie that you can do. I want to go over there and see what they're talking about. I don't know of any other channel like High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries on YouTube. Not one. So we're, I believe, set apart. And I thank you for being a part of that. This is not just myself here, some man with a gray beard, but it's 18,000 followers. We throw about 18,000 people out here a week. So it's not like we're here to keep you. Yeah, that's what I want to do, is keep you, the ones that want to stick. So make sure those that aren't supposed to be here, Father helps us to take them out, either by unsubscribing them, or we don't sup with vipers here. So thank you so much for your the time again. And if you made it to the end of the live stream, appreciate. Look into affirmative defense and excused defense and justification. If this Constitution, you're always justified under this constitute not to follow commerce, brothers and sisters. If you allow yourself to be commerce, then you'll judge that shall be judged. You'll be judged by commerce. When Father comes back, he's going to judge you by commerce, not by his agape. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Judge that shall be judged. You'll be judged by the law that you go by. If you go by commerce law, when he comes back, you're a corporation. You didn't stand up. He stood up to that corporation, if you will. They made their big boy club, their Pharisees, their halakha, their Haggadah. You know, when that corn hit the ground, it was not supposed to be picked back up, put back on. You know, the outer portions of the of the fields were supposed to be gleaned and left, and they didn't do that. The Pharisees had got all of that. Kind of like today, we just absorb everything and capitalism and so I can't wait till I get all this taken care of. I don't need have any more financial woes, and it's okay. It's just a short period of time. So leave your comments on the video. If you can know about another High Desert Faith and Truth channel close to this, make sure again you hit that thumbs up button. That's a tie of the time that takes you. That doesn't cost anything as well too. Just takes a second. And sharing it to any other platform is definitely allowed. Pushing it out so it just gets to the eyes. It's not that. It's just Father, if whoever he wants to see it, north, south, east, and west. So I don't want to limit it to just this platform. I don't post on any other platform. I do TikTok, but it's shadow banned, so I don't really provide much content. We just leave the content, 20,000 followers over there, plus the backup channel. So much agape and phileo. Thanks again for your time, and we'll see you again for the end of the day. I need to make phone calls, get some food in my belly. This cabin's getting cold. I need to get more wood from outside. I just got duties out here at the homestead. So thank you again, Pastor Revelation, bringing you one broadcast here at a time. Remember, it says Mr. Werner often broadcasts from his Predestined for Light, formerly channel High Desert Faith and Truth Now YouTube channel, and the pigs are watching. So you pigs are filthy, you're commerce enforcers, and I rebuke you. My Father will pour out a just measure on you, filthy swine. And that's 40% of the people who work for this government, not just the ones in the clown suits with badges. So, yep, hi, pigs. Hi, pigs. They're watching, guys. I've shown that too. And I'm not saying Christ stood up to the law. I don't want to see you get thrown in prison, but they threw him in prison. He said, conform to my image. Does anybody want to shoot and put holes in you? They tried, brothers and sisters. They couldn't avoid finnicking me. Thank you so much, Father, for keeping me every day is extremely, very hard. I thank you for not. When I stepped out that door, brothers and sisters, I really thought there was a good chance I could lose my life. And when I reached back, I could shut the door. Remember, their discovery said the dogs could cause a problem to the law enforcement. They would have shot. They didn't get to shoot me, and the dogs came out. Ruh, 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 ruh. They would have shot them dead. I reached back for the door to make sure the door was shut. I knew. I really felt. I almost felt the sting of it. I mean, it was there. It was so. I know I was so close to death, but I thank Father for them not being able to take me, and I'm still here provided 6 months later. Even if it's filthy, disgusting, a bunch of cussing, I didn't do that quite until here recently. I found out my son didn't. I'm scared for my son, guys. I don't want him to have to, and he's a grown man, to look over his shoulders. He shouldn't have to. If they would have done this 6 months ago, a year ago, he would have not been looking over his shoulder right now. So I'll get it taken care of. It will go to the Supreme Court. It will go to federal court. It's not going to stay in this county. They thought it was, and it would just kind of get squashed here, but it won't. I would still, if they'd taken it to trial, file an appellate court. I was telling myself that I was going to see my son like in a few days at trial. And if he went to prison and they did a 2-day trial, and which is insane, but I go talk to him when he's in prison, say, it's all right, son, we got this. Dad's still working. I've been working every day. Don't worry about it. I know it's not going fast. God's time is not always our time. We just don't understand it. We will go to appeals court, and all your discovery, all the 30 witnesses will be brought out, all of it. They try to just ramrod you here, son. We'll be okay. Man, it's sure good to see you. I didn't get that, and now I don't know where the fuck he's at. I don't know if he's in the state. I don't know if he's left the country. I don't know. How does he have the fucking resources to do this? Is criminal what they're doing to my son right now. So I'm going to press, and that's why I need to get off, because this is some logistics stuff, as hard as I can to get this to a federal trial, a change of venue, and get it out of here. I just don't know where I'm going to go. So I need to at least keep these land payments up, because when I leave, I don't even know I'm going to pay the land payments when I'm gone. I'm not going to have any way. I do everything from here. So much agape and phileo. I got to go. Got to make some legal phone calls. Again, comments are please appreciated, that others can see what the content of the video is about, the live stream. And if you do have one last time, any monetary tithe, $5 will help. I mean, they got that buy me a coffee. I tried to set that up. $10, anything will put me that much closer to. I have a PayPal and a Cash App link in the description. Not required, but if you have extras, please take care of somebody around you in your area first. Seriously. Please, if you have people in your area, if not, and you have an abundance, maybe you bought a Bitcoin or something. I don't know. Maybe precious metals are an all-time high. I don't know. Don't give to this ministry if you don't have it. Please, I don't want to answer to the Father. You had 20 acres for sale, Tracy. I know, but I got to pay the land payment so I can sell it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Got to go. Love you. Much agape and phileo. Thank you for your tithe of the time. Much blessings. And Pastor Apocalypse, Pastor Revelation, welcome to the new age. We are in the age of Aquarius. It should be obvious when you see these drones. And are they landing on boats out in the ocean? They flew drones over my house, brothers and sisters, wasted a bunch of taxpayers' money, the state taxpayers in the county. I'm going to write that. Hopefully we can figure out a way to get that back into the funds for the people here in the state. I will donate whatever all these proceeds again to High Desert Faith and Truth, Grace and Truth Ministries, another broadcast. Welcome to the new age. Welcome to Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.